Football 92. Proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, CUB, Westpac, Rocker Brothers, and Foodland.
AFL Live, Brisbane take on Adelaide at Carrara. The Bears will be looking to recapture the form of round 18 when they blitz Fitzroy and their finals hopes at Princess Park. This is the Crows' first trip to Carrara, and Graham Corn's men will be looking to continue their winning run of the past fortnight. Brisbane versus Adelaide on AFL Live. Welcome to Carrara, everyone, for a continuation of round 21 of the AFL season, a game between Brisbane and Adelaide. Well, flying into Coolangatta today, the scene was all sun and surf, and they're big factors in the Bears' home ground advantage. They've been very competitive here this year. They've had wins against Fitzroy and Melbourne. They've drawn with the Eagles, and don't forget, they pushed Hawthorn right to the wire. And that's the big challenge for the Crows. They must compete with not only the Bears, but also the carnival atmosphere that pervades the scene here at Carrara. They've also had good form recently with wins against Fitzroy and Richmond as we take a look at the ladder. And the big news there is that Brisbane are presently off the bottom of the ladder by virtue of match ratio only. Adelaide, of course, are in 9th position. This time last year, they were also about the same with 9 wins and 10 losses. At the present time, they're 1 win behind that. So if they can win today, well, they're going right on target, I'd suggest, although they're probably not going to make the finals, as we know. When last they met, well, it was a big win to Adelaide by 10 goals in round 6 at Football Park. As I'd like to introduce my guest commentator this afternoon, a man that helped us out in Sydney last week, and such was the applause that we thought we'd have him back again, Mr. Football Ted Whitten. Welcome, Ted.
Thank you very much, Jet. Looking forward again today.
Well, Ted, your performance last week was so great that the boys in the control room thought we'd have a look at, supply a little bit of a prize there for you.
Oh, I am. What about that?
You must have been pleased with that announcement.
I was very excited about it, and I hope Knuckles Curley's looking at that too, and sitting back there in the chair being a real norm over there in South Australia.
Let's have a look at the teams, Ted.
Yeah, looking at the Brisbane team, there's no changes in the Brisbane side. Looks a pretty settled side too. There's one very interesting boy to look out there for, and that's young Keranui. He's a Bathurst Islander there. He's on the interchange bench, and he comes from the Bathurst Island area, the same place as Richmond's Murray Rioli came from. So we're looking forward to seeing this boy in action. Now, with the Adelaide side, you'll notice that Jamison is out. He had a training injury with his teammate Bickley during the week, and he goes out of the side, and he's been replaced by Payes. I think he'll almost play on centre wing. Windy conditions here, but looking forward to a great game of football. Could be in favour of the Bears because Adelaide have never played here before.
Well, joining myself and Lord Ted in commentary this afternoon is another night of the AFL, Peter McKenna. And on the boundary we have John Casey and also Bill McDonald. He's down there at the present time with his Mitsubishi Motors ground report. G'day, Bill.
Thanks very much. Well, it's another perfect winter's day up here at Carrara, almost a summer's day actually. Expected maximum today is 18 degrees. If we look at the Mitsubishi Motors weather gauge now, we can see it's up for about 22, so it's already higher than that. Unfortunately, it hasn't brought the crowds out. One of the worst crowds we've seen here at Carrara for the year. But again, conditions are very ideal here. The humidity, well, it's not quite as bad as Barcelona. It's only about 33% at the moment. The wind today, though, is going to be the factor that might rule something in this match. It's gusting up fairly high at times, up to about 30 kilometres an hour across the ground, and we've judged that's about a 3 to 4 goal advantage to the team kicking to the left of screen, so that might be a factor throughout the day. And apart from that, though, the conditions are quite good. The ground is perfect, weather conditions fine and mild. Stage set for a fine afternoon of football.
Yes, and 2 other games on this afternoon. West Coast versus Richmond at Subiaco. We'll have all the highlights and scores from that match. And at Waverley Park, St Kilda versus Carlton, an important game in consideration of the final 6. That's on at Waverley. We'll keep you up to date with scores from that. Both sides are on the ground. We'll be back after this short break. Well, it is only a smallish crowd here at Carrara, but we're hoping that they'll be entertained. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game here this afternoon. On the boundary, of course, we've got John Casey and Bill McDonald. Gentlemen, your tips.
Yes, good afternoon, Jared. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, contrasting styles here. The Crows last week won by over 100 points. The Bears were beaten by over 100. So on form, you'd have to pick Adelaide. The bookmakers have them better than 2-1 on. I don't think they're that big a certainty, but I'll stick with the Crows. They've only ever won 3 games in a row once before, and they won their third of that trifecta against the Bears. So let's hope it's a happy omen. I'll stick with Adelaide. Bill?
Well, John, I think the Bears, after last week's drubbing over up against West Coast, they're going to come back harder here today, and they always grow a leg here at Carrara, so I'm going to tip a Bears ball over against the Crows.
Well, the bounce of the ball to start this game at Carrara. McDermott was in there very, very quickly, or trying to sock it off the ground with Shane Hamilton. Here's a chance for the Bears. Here's David Bain on the left foot. Oh, he's kicked it about 10 metres and has gone straight to Daryl Hart, who will kick with the aid of the breeze from 45.
Well, Peter, we didn't get a chance, but welcome to the commentary position. And who is your selection?
My selection is Adelaide. They're kicking with the breeze in the first term. I think they'll finish the season off pretty well.
And quickly, Ted?
Yeah, tongue-in-cheek for you Adelaide people, and Curly, I'll go for Adelaide.
Daryl Hart, a very accurate kick normally from 45 metres, a low trajectory drop punt. Will it clear the pack? Oh, that was a poor kick, actually. Bain. Doesn't take him long to get into the actions. He kicks it out wide. Sean Wren, who I regard, I know you think, Gerard Healy, that Barry Stonham's the best ruckman in the competition. I think Sean Wren is almost the best ruckman in the comp. Adelaide interchange, Bruce Lindner and Andrew Pays.
Boundary umpire bringing the ball back into play here, doing the ruck work. There's a big fellow out there in Mickham. It goes down to the deck, coming in very hard, taking it away there now as Voss around to the outer side of Travels, and they fly high. A chance here for Wiedemann, who comes out in front. He's pushed to the ground. It comes back here towards Bickley, and the umpire's blown the whistle. It's a free kick this time. It's going down here to be taken by Champion of the Bears. Very swirly conditions of wind here. There's a kick. He goes through to centre half forward. It's punched away. A chance there for Shackey. The umpire's call play on the bottom of the deck again. Ashcroft is in there, number 10 for the Bears, but the umpire's going to bounce again at the centre half forward position. Big ruckman, Jarman, number 2. He's got Noonan. There's interchange players for the Bears. Pelfreyman and Kinanoa. There's a bounce, and the umpire goes up, thumps the ball away, comes down here to gain, taken away there by Bickley. His kick was smothered, kicked off the ground by Champion. Goes out towards the full forward position. Out they come the middle. There's a chance for Maynard, who overruns it. He comes back, gets a handball to Wiedemann. Wiedemann drives from the centre half back position right down through the centre of the ground where they fly. Hodges had a chance over a minute, falls on the arms of Mickham, who handballs over this time, running through his lip tack, goes for a beautiful pass down the ground, but didn't come in contact with a teammate. Hamilton comes out and takes the ball over the boundary line for a throw in.
And there's Robert Walls on screen. He's looking fairly pensive.
I think, Teddy, you were hoping it was a beautiful pass, but it cleared the pack.
That's right.
Matt Rendell actually found a new lease of life. Rendell, former South Australian, of course. There's Mark Micken back against his former club. He's actually captain of the Bears. He's tapped the ground in that forward pocket, smothered off the boot. Pack of players around the ball, Micken in after it, and the umpire, Peter Cameron, has found a free kick. It will go the way of Brisbane. Now this is Danny Noonan, who's had such a fine season. Finds Bain, David Bain, a little terrier back in the side, and well, for a couple of weeks now, and he's a very, very good little player, but sometimes his kicking lets him down. Now they're trying to run it with the breeze. This is Kennedy to the half-back line. Up they go. Oh, good mark. Worsfold. Very good mark for little man. The brother of the West Coast Eagles captain. Now they're chipping it around. This seems to be deliberate tactics. Matthew Campbell, a beautiful kick of a football to the half-back. Oh, look at the agility of Wren. A terrific mark. Off he goes. This is Tregenza. Tregenza in towards half forward. A poor kick and gas there, but good, honest, reliable customer takes the mark at half back.
And he plays across to the outer side, Gastev, with a kick. He's got a couple of options out there, and it's been marked down there, and it's been marked by Champion, who will play on. Oh no, he's holding up play momentarily here, but he was about to go. Now he goes this time, and he goes long right down towards the half forward line. Wren backing into a pack. He puts up the big arms. There's no mark. Out they come the middle of chance. In goes McDermott. But going in first, they're getting a handball out and taken away here now. We're running into an open goal as Merritt. He fires but falls very short in these conditions. And out they come the middle. Clark of the Bears has got it. Handballs over this time. Taken by Owen. Owen swings onto his left boot. Fires at goal, but it's off target and goes through for 1 point only.
Well, the Bears should have done better with that opportunity. Owen, of course, has been a big goal kicker in the last couple of weeks, and he had plenty of time to steady And really, that was a disappointment to the Bears.
Well, this is a big quarter for Adelaide. They must make use of the breeze. There's Ben Hart. I don't know whether they don't kick it long. That was Schwert getting it back to Hart. But with that breeze, you should kick it almost to the centre of the ground. The kick in towards the centre now. Gastev taps it away. He's got backup support from Noonan, who caught one in the back from Andrew Jarman. Off he goes to Martin Leslie. A lot of South Australians playing in this match besides the Crows. That's Kennedy receiving from Leslie, and he kicks it to half-forward, marked by Ross. Jonathan Ross kicks it out, looking for Maynard, who's very strong overhead, but Martin Leslie, desperation, thumps it over the line. He's been really three guys. Zanotti, as we have a look at Mickey Taylor and Graham Corns, because Mick Taylor was a great player for Collingwood. Here's Maynard. But those three backline players, Zanotti, Gastev and Leslie, have been fine contributors. Jared from Brisbane.
Yes, over a number of years.
It's on centre wing of the member stand side on this occasion. And getting a little bit fiery, some of those players out there, as the umpire comes in now, bounces. And going up very high was Champion, thumps it wide, knocked in again here, and going in very hard, trying to pick the ball up as Worsfold on the bottom of the pack. Ross jumps on top of him, but the umpire will bounce at almost the same position.
Craig Potter, a doer defender, he's been given the role of tagging Tony McGuinness, and the outcome of that battle will go a long way to deciding the outcome of the game.
About 60 metres out here from goal. On the member stand side, there goes the bounce. Big Wren doing the ruck work. He thumps it away. In they go hard again. McDermott had a chance. Going back, McDermott recovers, takes the football and drives it long. Right through to the centre of the oval. It's an awkward-looking bounce, but here comes Tregenza, chased by Voss. It's an awkward-looking bounce of the football. Hamler, I should say, Kennedy's in there, and there goes Tregenza once more, showing a clean pair of heels with Voss. And this boy is a former Teal Cup player here for Queensland, and he's been given a big task this afternoon on Tregenza. And this is the first time Adelaide have played on this ground here, Peter, isn't it?
Well, Michael Voss actually won the medal in the second division this year, Ted. I think he's got another year of Teal Cup to go. Quite certain he won't be playing next year, though.
And the ball on centre wing. I'm sure I should said Stephen Schwert earlier. He's would have been playing. Bruce Abernathy was the man, the look-alike, and great to see Bruce playing with the Adelaide Crows. Port Adelaide star, had a stint at North Melbourne and Collingwood, of course. As Voss receives from Rendell in towards the half-forward line. There's Wren battling away with Micken. A hand pass goes further forward for the Bears. They're looking good. This is Bain. Bain brings it back to half-forward. Ashcroft. Richard Champion. An open goal. Champion fire. Slams it through for a goal for the Brisbane Bears.
Well, back in the centre, umpire Cameron about to bounce. Big Rendell sets to do battle against his opponent here, Wren. And Wren gives it a back punch down here, goes towards Hodges running out. He gave a handball over the top, comes back here again towards Hodges. Another handball, the same player. Out they go to meet it. There goes Voss again, kicked off the ground by McGuinness down towards the half-forward line. Gastev comes out, but another kick off the ground by Tregenza comes down to Hamilton. Onto his left boot, hits the centre wing on the outer side, and Gastev takes a mark and he darts away. Goes wide again towards the wing position. Coming out here now, the umpire watches his Clark, and he's going to play a free kick against the Bears here to be taken by that Adelaide player.
Yes, this is Mark Bickley from centre wing. Yes, the ball wasn't within 5 metres when he was shepherded out. It's still at half forward for Adelaide. The Maynard tries to get all the Bears pretty desperate. Voss, very impressive so far. There's Matthew Campbell, another South Australian playing in this game. They've got a few of the Bears around the corner. Now here's Hodges. A quick kick, but he's put it out of bounds on the full.
They've also got another one, Nathan Buckley, that has been the cause of a lot of consternation and discussion in Melbourne of late.
Shane Hamilton comes across goal. They've got deliberate tactics here devised by Robert Walls, I think, as Bain gets it further afield to Matthew Campbell. Campbell to centre wing. This is Shackey trying to tap it down. Good play by Shackey on the Worsfold. Now Noonan, he's been very impressive in recent weeks. Well shepherded then by Zanotti, which allows Shackey to come inside to Worsfold. They're looking good, the Bears. Worsfold in towards full forward, a chance for Mark over the back. A free kick, it's going the way of Merritt against Nigel Smart. And Merritt will kick from 30 metres directly in front.
Yes, you have a look at the replay here. You can see an infringement high on Merritt. Certainly had the left hand around the neck initially, and has suffered the consequences.
Well, they're kicking into the breeze here, the Bears. What a terrific start if he kicks this. They've already kicked 1-1. Roger Merritt, who before the game had his son running out there as a mascot. A little fellow. Now the kick from Merritt, and he slams it through for a goal.
Back in the centre, beautiful conditions here at Carrara this afternoon for the clash between the Crows and the Brisbane Bears, and the Bears doing well. The first outing by Adelaide on this ground, there's a bounce, it's an awkward looking one too, and Big Rendell got up high, couldn't control the football at all, lost possession, through they go again, taken away by Liptak, gets a handball to McDermott. McDermott goes down long, Zanotti in the front position, takes a mark and darts away. Kicks to the member stand side looking for Worsfold, it's an awkward bounce again, but he has it under control, gives a handball over to Hamilton, not a good pass by Hamilton, off the boot there of Darryl Hart, and dribbles over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Well, it's a dangerous start here for the Crows. The Bears bouncing out for 2 quick goals, but it's not surprising. You would expect that they'd take a couple of minutes to settle down. Perhaps it may even take a half of football.
Ruck work taken by Rendell, goes down that occasion towards Bickley with a handball to Jamison. Jamison goes long and down they jump, and I should say out they come again, and comes back this time towards Modra. Modra gives a handball over to McGuinness into an open goal, and full points to the Crows. He doesn't miss many, does he, Jet?
No, he's a great shot at goal, Tony McGuinness, particularly on the run. And I've just got my doubts as to whether Craig Potter is going to be quick enough for the lightning speed of Tony McGuinness. I would think that he'd be better suited to a Jarman or a McDermott. And there you see McGuinness here will get on the end of this one. The ball comes through. Modra gets the ball out to Tony McGuinness, and on the left foot just dribbles one through.
Well, there's the close attention of Craig Potter as we see the bounce in the centre. That all started from Bickley. That goal with a clever hand pass. There's Liptak to half forward, but a good mark taken by Potter at half back. Now he chips it across. Campbell, they're just trying to run the ball at the moment. The Bears out of defence. Clark, now McDermott has had a great season. Here's Tregenza on to Micken. Micken chips it in short. On the lead was Modra. Couldn't hold it long enough. Now Hodges. Now Zanotti. Oh, was caught high, Mark Zanotti. It'll have to be a free kick.
Well, Modra certainly shouldn't have dropped that mark, Peter.
No, he should have taken it for sure. And there's the chip kick from Zanotti, who's very, very quick. So is Campbell. They're using that ball well. Oh, Rendell playing for the free kick. Well played by Wren to tap it on. Sock it off the ground. Chance here for McDermott and Wren. Wren battled hard. McDermott again, but beaten for it. This is Troy Clark. Oh, they're doing well. A bad hand pass. His man was covered. Here's Gastev. How will the umpires see that? Good umpiring to play on by Anton McKernan. Here's Campbell again. A quick kick to the half-forward line. This is Maynard. Good, honest, reliable customer. Rodney Maynard loves to run down and kick a goal. He finds Wiedemann, which is straight off that Viking ship. In towards half-forward. The flyer is McDermott. On to Liptak. Here's Wren. He runs around like a rover. Look at that for skill. Tremendous play by Sean Wren. And then gives a great hand pass to McDermott. McDermott in towards half-forward. Chance for Mark Zanotti. Well done. Gets it down to Campbell. And they're off and running the Bears through Bain.
Oh, but Bain upset that handball and recovers, picks it up again, gives a handball back again to Leslie, who goes long from half-back to half-forward. But Wiedemann chips in, takes a mark and the free kick.
Yes, well, Beckery is a little bit unlucky there, Ted. A good smother on Bain's handball. Unfortunately, the ball bounced right for Bain. He got that second attempt.
Wiedemann now from the half-back line, kicking with the advantage of a breeze, drives down through the centre of the ground. They fly off the top of the pack. They go. Oh. Bain tackled high and should take the free and will. Geez, a dangerous little play, always at the bottom of the pack. He goes for the short pass to the outer side here now, where we find moving here to take the ball as Clark gives a long handball over to Rendell. Rendell out in the open territory, has plenty of time, no pressure whatsoever, puts it onto his left boot and kicks long. The umpire's playing a free kick here to Shackey. Yeah, free kick to Shackey. Had no other option to play the obvious one. Goes for the short pass, and it's a beauty to Owen, who has marked down there about 48 metres out from goal. And kicking into a breeze here, so it won't be an easy task for him to make the distance with the accuracy. A player that's been around quite a lot, this young fellow, and kicked a few goals the other week. And we'll see how he goes. Now, Rod Owen, lining up for the Bears. The Bears are 2-1-13 to one straight goal by the Crows as he comes in. Picks up his momentum, fires at goal. It's a good-looking kick too on the way, but it falls short. They fly up there and off the top of the pack. They go close to the boundary line. Boy, they're going in hard now. Left, right and centre. Wiedemann went through. And did he make his presence felt as the ball goes over the boundary line for a throw-in?
He flattened his own man. Poor old Mark Bickley copped it from Wiedemann then. Forward pocket. for the Bears. A very promising opening. There's Wren trying to hook it over the back to Nigel Smart. Smart gets across to Scott Lee. Now Mark Bickley. Now his quick kick has been marked by Rendell. On it comes to Noonan. Noonan belting it in long and high. Owen at the back. It's thumped the ground. Here's Bain crashing his way into the pack, but the Adelaide defenders come from everywhere. Umpire calls play on Abernathy. Taps it out to Tregenza. Tregenza wide. Punched away by Potter on McGuinness. He's wearing him like a glove. Here's Marcus Ashcroft. That is great play. No mark. Oh, tunnel balling it is Worsfold. Bickley gets it across to Abernathy. Now on to Wiedemann. Dodging and weaving, and Wiedemann, his kicking's been beautiful to watch so far. Jonathan Ross, centre wing. Adelaide need a few more goals on the board. They trail by 7 points. Ross in towards full forward. Micken at the back as the flyer. Couldn't take it, but he's got it now, Micken. That was good play. Lip tack, a quick kick. Marked by Gastev. Not paid, not far enough. Kennedy, the son of Des Kennedy, former St Kilda player, kicks it straight to Ross. Ross in towards full forward. A wobbly one. Zanotti over the back. Still a chance for the Crows. Here's Darryl Hart trying to get around with a hand pass. Maynard, right foot, bang, goal.
The Bears leading the Crows by 1 point here with roughly 10 minutes to go in this quarter. Umpire bounces. It's in the air. In go the big men, and Big Wren wins the tapper straight to the arms of Bain, who puts it onto his left boot, and they travel up around the half-forward flank. A good mark taken down there too, and running in was Ashcroft, who got a kick up towards a full forward position. It's been marked here by Shackey. Runs into an open goal. Oh, it's a beautiful directed kick here by Shackey. Full points to the Bears.
Well, that was a great goal from Lawrence Shackey. I thought for a minute there he was going to put himself under pressure by playing on, but he took hold of the advantage, kicked it round the corner and floated it through for a magnificent goal. And I do believe that this player just gets better each time I see him playing, Peter.
Well, it was a great goal by Shackey. He's had his critics in his time in AFL football.
He can play football, and if he's given time to develop, he will be a good forward flank, half-forward option for the Brisbane Bears.
It's good that you're saying something positive about Lawrence Shackey, because he's a battler. He's been up and down with this club. Spent probably more time in the reserves, I think, Gerard.
Well, I think he's got a future, Pete.
Well, back to the centre. Wren looking for Jarman. We haven't seen much of him so far. There he's going in after it. Richard Champion, a quick kick to the half-forward line. That was Voss. Now, how will the umpire see this? He found a free kick, and it will go to Voss. Geez, an impressive player. On to Bain, who's everywhere at the moment. David Bain has a bounce. Some shepherding by Champion was good play. In towards half-forward. Oh, Bickley drops the mark. He should have taken that one. Worsfold tries to crash his way through. In the meantime, the umpire, Peter Cameron, has found a free kick, and it will go the way of Mark Bickley.
Bickley's around the centre half back position here now for the Crows, and I want to get a move on the Crows at this stage of the first quarter. It's a long kick, a chance there for Leslie. Interfered though, and coming through again is Voss, doing very well, but his handball went astray straight to Ross, who gives a handball over the top to the running Tregenza, and look at him go, super speed on centre wing, the outer side. That's his third bounce. He sidesteps one, has his fourth bounce, and he's 50 metres out, and he fires, but it's going to fall short. Still a chance for the Crows, and a mark to Mickham directly in front of goal down here, and a real chance to bring up goal number 3 to the Crows.
Well, there's the kick off the big run from Tregenza. I'm not certain whether he meant to kick it to the top of the square. It didn't come off the boot that well.
And there's a kick by Mickham, and he's made no mistake. He's put it straight through the centre.
Well, a point the margin in favour of the Bears. Modra off the ground, already been taken off by Corns, and coming on is Andrew Page. Obviously they feels they need a smaller type player, but a good start to the Bears. Really only a point they are in front, but there's Tony Modra. Well, David Bain, well, we mentioned him. He's had 10 possessions already. The Crows might have to do something about him. He's a real little terrier. There's Martin Leslie, former Port Adelaide star. Gee, haven't they produced some great players? Here's Gastev. Wide, this man, is he going to be a player, Voss? Is he impressive, Gerard?
Yes, he's a good young player. It's going to be a good battle between he and Tregenza on the wing.
Well, look at that left foot pass to Noonan. That was fantastic. Noonan to Richard Champion, who's playing well. champion on the left foot, in towards half forward. He's looking for Owen. Hits him on the chest. Good play.
Beautiful.
Rod Owen should get on with it here. He is. He's chipping it into the pocket. It's too high. Merritt battling hard. Oh, is that a free kick? He went in hard after it. Merritt, no, not paid. Still a chance for the Bears. Going to ground with Rod Owen. He's pinged for holding the ball.
Oh, a good decision.
Beg your pardon?
Good decision, I thought.
Yes, he had enough time to get rid of it. And this is Scott Lee, a good, honest, reliable player for Adelaide, to boot it out of defence.
Playing on from the last line now, he goes around the outer side and they fly high in the pack off the top. It comes out to the open spaces again, and chipping in there was Maynard. Got a handball out to Wiedemann on his hands and knees, gives a handball out, taken away by Abernathy. It's an awkward looking kick by that player down through the centre of the ground. Big Mickham comes out and beats them all apart from Gastev, and now it's almost beaten him, but he keeps up his momentum. Now he's got it in trouble. Tried to give a handball over the top of the umpire, said it was a throw. I think it was a fair enough decision.
Oh, good tough.
Well, he had his arm impeded.
Now Gastev there, and as we see Daryl Hart take the free kick from the 50-metre mark here, kicking with the advantage of a breeze. 1 point separating both sides. The Bears in front. The kick by Hart goes right down towards the goal square. They fly, punched away by Rendell, and the umpire said around the shoulder against Mickham there, and Rendell will take the free kick for the Bears. In the last line. Time getting away here for the Crows. The Bears have done extremely well in this first quarter. He goes to the outer side with a long raking kick out there, and it's Voss again doing battle with Tregenza, but taken off the pack by McGuinness, puts it onto his right boot, down looking for Hodges, who's down at full forward now, punt to the open spaces, and in goes Campbell. Campbell swings around, delivers a handball over to his teammate there in Hamilton. In turn, he gets one back here to Leslie. Leslie has time to settle and bring it across, and Abernathy chips in and takes a mark some 55 metres out from goal. He goes for a pass down to the forward pocket to Hodges. That's been a full forward play, and Hodges now well within kicking distance.
Yes, well, all resulting from a poor kick from Martin Leslie. He had Danny Noonan on his own, could have passed the ball up the centre, and that allowed Abernathy to chip in and take the mark, which set Hodges up for a shot at goal.
Hodges coming in now, approximately 35 metres out from goal, and he's made no mistake, and that's another one to the Crows.
Adelaide lead by 5 points. Centre of the ground is Rendell. Quick kick straight to Wiedemann. Wiedemann bombing it long, and that's the way to play it here with the breeze. Hodges and Zanotti. That was almost a push out. Zanotti. That'll be a good contest. Knocked on by Zanotti. On to Shane Hamilton. Daryl Hart after him. Hamilton gets around Hart. Brings it in towards centre wing, but they're waiting for it is Chris McDermott. McDermott, a poor hand pass straight to Rendell. Rendell further afield to Leslie, and they're off and running the Crows. The Bears, I should say, is Ashcroft in towards half-one. Here's a chance, Shackey. Handball over the top. Merritt, an open goal coming up. Roger Merritt on the left foot slams it through for a goal. So Merritt has kicked two, and the Bears in a great first quarter lead by a point, remembering that Adelaide is kicking with a strong breeze.
Yes, once again, good play from Shackey in the end. Here we see him roving the ball well. The ball went over his head. Wasn't a great handball, but it got the job done, which allowed Merritt to run in and kick the easiest of goals. A valuable goal to the Brisbane Bears, who retake the lead.
Still almost 5 minutes to travel into the first quarter here. Before quarter time siren, there's a bounce, and Rendell goes in against big fellow Wren, and Wren gives it a big thump in the air underneath. It's knocked on again by that player going through very hard. Was Jarm on that occasion, got a handball to Daryl Hart. In turn, he handballs to McGuinness, and he loves to kick a goal, and he's popped through another one to the Crows. Gee whiz, the equalisers are coming left, right and centre here, Gerard.
Yes, it's been good play so far, an entertaining first quarter with 9 goals. McGuinness has kicked 2, and he will be one of the danger players, as he always is, for the Crows. Once again set up by Andrew Jarman. Good vision to Hart. On to McGuinness, and he makes very few mistakes from inside 50.
Well, there's McGuinness. He's kicked 2. Martin Leslie having words with him.
Just wonder how long Potter will get the job on McGuinness. I think he might just have too much speed.
Well, Robert Walls has done his homework here. He's got Danny Noonan, who's been proved a fine stopper this year, playing on Andrew Jarman. Here's Wren. Oh, tapping it down with the left hand. Players go in after Jarman. A quick kick towards half-forward Hart. He's got it too. And here's Daryl Hart racing in the goal. Kicks it wide and puts it through for a behind. So just over 4 minutes of play left in this first term. The Crows Well, they've put 6 goals straight on the board. That's wrong, isn't it? 5 goals, 1 it should be. 5 goals, 1 to 4 goals, 1. So it should be 6 points the difference. Is the kick out on the full. Will penalty kick out there to be taken by Tregenza. Here's the kick in towards full forward. Micken, cop one high. Daryl Hart, a quick kick. Zanotti taps it to the line. It could almost be construed as deliberate, but the umpire giving Mark Zanotti the benefit of the doubt.
Gee whiz. That was a pretty close, that one, to a free kick being paid. There's a throw-in by the boundary umpire now, and the big fellow Ross got up. It goes down to Bain, who handballs onto Hamilton. Left foot kick by that player out of the fence. Goes wide and coming through very hard. Chance as the umpire watches very closely here now and is going to bounce.
Well, he came through like a steam engine, Wiedemann.
Did he ever?
He's been impressive in this first quarter. Martin Leslie not too impressed by the way he's playing.
Now the players on the outer side, the umpire couldn't care less about the wrestle. He's going to start play up, knocked away by Champion, goes over towards McGuinness, who keeps it back in play, taken by Renner, hurried kick up towards full forward, overrunning it there was Kennedy, comes back to Mickey, who gets it back to Daryl Hardy, handballs back this time to Hodges. Hodges in turn tries a banana kick for goal, right across the face it goes, close to the boundary line, and Gastev makes sure of it, over the top of Jarman, and thumps it over the fence for a throw-in.
Played on the full.
On the full, is it? Played on the full, yes he has. So it's a free kick being played down here to Gastev in the last line on the member stand side, and Adelaide kicking with the advantage of a breeze in this quarter. Gastev now taking plenty of time about this kick, brings it around the wing area, looking down here for Abernathy chips in uncontested, couldn't mark the football, a chance there for Pays. Handball went astray, taken by Wren. Handball again over the top towards Jarman, comes back here towards Leslie. Leslie kicks it high and out. Good mark taken by Lee here on centre wing on the member stand side for Adelaide.
Scott Lee, normally a great kick in towards half forward. Hodges at the back, the flyer couldn't take it. Quick hand pass comes to Zanotti. Here's Denny Noonan knocking it on. And Shane Hamilton, the former Geelong utility player, swings onto the left foot. He's having plenty of touches in this first term. Here's McGuinness. I trapped that beautifully, Tony McGuinness. Clever little chip pass. Finds Liptak. A great play, McGuinness.
Well, Hamilton should have gone for the boundary there. There wasn't any options for the Bears upfield. Should have gone wide to the safety of the boundary line.
Well, Liptak was looking for the lead from Micken. Leslie chipped in well. Here's Campbell on to Kennedy. They're running it with handball. David Bain, well, they'll create the loose man here because Abernathy's got to come at Bain. He's got to come at him and he'll handball. No, Abernathy, well, he did it cleverly. He was in a catch-22 situation. There's Clark. Now Kennedy from 50 metres. An ordinary kick. It might bounce through for a goal. It rolls, but Smart takes it through for a behind. But a promising build-up. That poor old Abernathy didn't know what to do then, Gerard.
No, well, I think he did the right thing in the finish. He should have come at Bain, forcing him to make a decision. Michael Kennedy on that occasion had 30 metres, could have run right into the goal square almost to make certain of that goal.
Ben Hart goes long. Campbell flew very high. In goes Voss and takes the ball back into the forward line for the Bears. A chance here for Owen. The umpire's playing the free kick. No mark, but he's paying the free kick to the Bears and to be taken down there by Owen. Let's have a look at now the distance. He's around 25 to 30 metres out. Make that a good 30.
The secret of playing in front.
Yes, well, that's where all forwards should be, and where all backmen try to be. But he certainly was infringed upon and comes up with the free kick, and this will be their second goal from the free kick if Rod Owen can convert.
Almost siren time here in the first quarter at Carrara, and a chance here for Owen to bring up another one for the Bears on its way. The goal umpire hardly moves, indicating he's put it right through the centre, and that's another one to the Bears. They look pretty good, the Bears. They've kicked 4 goals, 2-26 against the Breeze to the Crows, 5-1-31.
Yes, well, there's no doubt that they do play much better at Carrara. They grow another leg, a bit similar to the State of Origin side in South Australia, Ted, when they play at Football Park. And they certainly will take a while to get used to these conditions here, the Crows.
The Brisbane Bears by 1 point. There's probably no time for any side to score. So I'll probably go in at quarter time. That's flattened was Wiedemann by Worsfold. Hip and shoulder stuff. That's at half forward for Liptak. There is the siren to end a very entertaining first term here at Carrara. 1 point the margin. Brisbane 5-2, lead Adelaide 5-1.
Well, here at Brisbane, the Bears lead by 1 point, 5-2-32 to Adelaide, 5-1-31. Now, just a reminder that after the football, we will be returning to Barcelona for live coverage of the final day of the Olympics. There'll be highlights including the men's marathon, the equestrian, the volleyball, the water polo, and of course the closing ceremony. Now, over in Western Australia, there's another game being played. It's quarter time between West Coast and Richmond. Let's have a look at some highlights.
Touchwood, isn't it?
Well, he just kept going over the mark. He held on for a long time, Robbo.
But he had
his
stopped the
opportunity.
player from playing on, surely, did he? Main Waring's kicking a full forward, great. And Sumich made it even better. A good, solid chest mark.
Believe it or not, he doesn't favour these shots from dead in front, but he shouldn't have too much trouble with this one.
He hasn't. First goal to the Eagles.
Like Glenn Jakovic. He had his eyes on that and his name written all over it. Wilson from behind. Oh, what a grab! Sumich in turn to Clappe. Clappe can get it on a Kemp. Kemp can kick him with the left foot. There goes the kick. Oh, it's a beauty. Straight through the centre.
And he just managed to kick it behind. Oh, there's a bad mistake by McKenna. Now, Menegola really has to kick a goal here. He's only been on the ground for a few minutes. Kicking from only 25 metres, he makes no mistake.
Well, a bit of a surprise at the present time at Subiaco. Richmond obviously fired up. They lead by 2 points. And here at Carrara, we've got Bill McDonald and John Casey on the boundary line with their coaches report.
Yes, Gerard. Well, Graham Corns was very unhappy with his team during the quarter-time break. He said they didn't use the breeze well enough, and that's why they're behind at the moment. He said in the second quarter they're going to have to man up because the Bears with the breeze are a very good running team. With that in mind, Andrew Pays is going to mark David Bain. Bill?
You hit the nail right on the head there. Robert Walls was actually quite happy with the Bears' performance in the first quarter, particularly the running of the ball. Wants them to keep playing it hard and close, and some fundamentals of the windy football get to the drop of the ball. But keep playing hard and close as they have been.
Centre bounces. Peter Cameron had bounced it, and it doesn't take McDermott long to get into the action, although his first term was fairly quiet. He received it from Abernathy then. In towards half-wide, Ross at good mark. Jonathan Ross on to Liptak. Liptak, a low trajectory kick, but he's kicked as straight as the Nottie, who loves to run with the ball. It's an ordinary looking kick. Hand pass over the top. Comes to Voss. Voss, oh, good play. The free kick was paid. Now the advantage as Rendell comes back towards the centre. Oh, they've mucked around with it then, the Bears. Wiedemann, world champion, with using his body. Tregenza goes down.
He's taken pretty high and pretty hard.
Well, it's a free kick to Tregenza against Rod Owen back here at half back. Peter Cameron. Greatly experienced umpire Peter Cameron. He's been around a long time. Tregenza is all right as he brings it in towards centre wing. A pack of players develops almost a free kick to Rendell then. That's Danny Noonan, who's doing a pretty good job on Jarman. Nigel Smart caught in the tackle. Well played, Roger Merritt. Then thumps it on to Owen. Danger here for Adelaide. Owen versus Hart. Back it comes to Shackey. Shackey gets around on the left foot. Brings it back in front of goal. Here's a big chance for Troy Clark. He's trying to get around and give a hand pass. Ashcroft on the right foot. Kicks a high floating kick to the pocket. Richard Champion races after it. Diving attempt, and he is marked. A very good mark.
Yes, but once again, I thought the Bears were going for the second option rather than giving out the first option. Shackey should have given it to Rod Owen, and Clark should have given it quicker to Ashcroft, which would have allowed him to run straight at the goals.
Richard Champion right on the boundary line has played a lot of his football for the Bears in defence. He's looking across in case he can chip it short to someone on a better angle. Now he's going to have a deliberate kick. He brings it across the face. Ben Hart at the back thumps it over the line. So it'll be a throw in deep in that forward pocket for the Brisbane Bears. And there's Bruce Lindner and Tony Modris still sitting on the bench.
Well, the boundary umpire about to bring the ball back into play here. It's high in the air and coming in from behind Merritt, but it was Big Ren that got the tap down, and they're going in extremely hard. A chance there for McGuinness, who kicked an awkward-looking kick out to McDermott. He's got the run of the football running for him. An awkward-looking handball out to McGuinness again, and it dribbles over the boundary line for a throw-in. Left forward pocket to the left of your screen. That's the end the Bears are kicking to in this quarter, and the Bears lead by 1 point. We're almost 3 minutes into the second quarter. It's in the air now. And up high, Merritt coming in from behind, but it's taken away on that occasion by Shackey. Goes out towards that void running through again was Clark. He hooked at goal, but it's off target and through for 1 point. So they lead by 2 points, and they'll need to be more direct with their play, the Bears, and the Crows were in the first quarter with this breeze behind them. as we see Ben Hart about to bring the ball back into play now. And his option's going to be to the outer side. They go out there. Merritt's drifted out there as well. Will fly here in the front position. Had a hand to it, lost it. In goes Pays. Continues his momentum out there. There goes Leslie. And it's very close to the boundary line. And we found going out there, Lee kicked the ball off the ground and it's gone over for a throw-in.
Yes, there's Scott Lee and a few Adelaide supporters here now. There's the youngster from Bathurst Island, Adam Keranui, and I'll be really looking forward to him coming onto the ground.
Proud of you.
Apparently he's afflicted, I think, Ted. His Pays in towards half-odd Ross, back with the flight of the ball. Actually, Daryl Hart got in his way then. I thought Ross was the better option. Well played by Zanotti, the tunnel ball, that one. Here's Bain, who had a great first term, chips it across. Worsfold, he was almost off, wasn't he? Took one step forward and realised he was covered. So clever play by Worsfold. Now he chips it in short. Here's Gassev. He was definitely off. Now Bain. A wobbly one to half-foot. Oh, Clark didn't go hard enough at that one. Shackey doing pretty well, Shackey. On to Leslie. Here's a real big chance. In towards half-forward. Here's Clark. Races in, stabs at goal and puts it through for a great goal.
Centre bounce again by the umpire, and Rendell sits underneath. In goes Big Ren, who's been doing well at centre bounce. There's a chance there for Leslie, couldn't control it, knocked it away again, however, and in they go. Ren with an awkward-looking handball, goes out to Pays, a hurried left-foot kick for Tregenza. His kick is an awkward-looking one, 2 up towards Daryl Hart, who took it beautifully, swings around 1, onto his left foot. Here comes the lead from Hodges, and he's marked it. Hodges 50 metres out from goal, directly in front. Against this breeze, Peter, what do you think with Hodges?
I think the distance will be a doubt, to be quite honest. I think he'll get close, but I'm pretty sure it'll hold up in the breeze and land in the goal square.
Their forward line has looked better since Hodges has gone to full forward. His kick is on its way now. Oh, it's a good-looking kick, but it is going to fall a fraction short. They fly off the top of the pack. It comes down here to Liptak. In trouble. Good tackle. Taken away by Daryl Hart. He fires, and he goals for the Crows. So we see the Crows move on here now to 6 goals, 131. They trail the Bears 6-3-39. And Lindner apparently is warming up on the interchange bench for the Crows. So that means that Graham Corns is a little bit concerned, Jed.
Yes, he wants to get a little bit more firepower, although we see Lindner can play up back. But a good goal to Hart, good Rovers goal. He kicked 6 last week and has started the game again well.
Well, the Bears lead by 2 points as Rendell with the left hand taps it down. Maynard couldn't get his boot to it. The umpire will bounce.
The big worry for Corns, of course, is David Bain. He brought Pays onto the ground to cover him midway through the first quarter when we noted he had 10 possessions, but he's been picking them up at will again this quarter.
Well, here's Rendell doing pretty well, champion. Brings it in towards Owen. Oh, diving attempt. He couldn't hang on to it. Ben Hart gets it further afield to Lee. Oh, Merritt ran straight at him. He's Hart. Oh, now that's where Bain should have tackled him instead of trying to run through him. And that's a contentious issue, that one. You're much better off grabbing the guy. Here's Jarman receiving from McDermott in towards half-foot. Oh, but chipping across was Hamilton. Cleverly done to take that mark. Kicks to the space. Well, the two lookalikes are here, Shackey and Noonan. Well played by Shackey. He got himself in all sorts.
Didn't get the first option put. He gives it out straight away. Away they go.
It's not good play by Shackey, that, because he had plenty of time. Wren having about 3rd or 4th bounce. Now he brings it in towards full forward. A chance for someone to take a mark for Adelaide. Micken over the back. They race at it. Jonathan Ross is there also, off someone's boot. Still going after it was Ross. Now it's Hodges, and eventually it's forced over the line. But that's where Shackey just lets himself down when there's Wren about to come off the ground and Bruce Lindner on.
Umpire throws the ball back into play. Ross doing the ruck work down there with Rendell. Comes down to Leslie in turn. He tried to get a handball, wasn't very effective with it. And Daryl Hart goes in hard. So is Bain going there. Pack forms, and the umpire blows the whistle and tells the players that he will ball up. Lindner on the ground there for South Australian Crows, and Wren taken off. On the outer side of the ground here, picnic atmosphere at Carrara as the umpire comes into bounce. Mickham doing the ruck work against Rendell. Mickham, of course, a former Bears player, thumps the ball to the open spaces. Out they come. Campbell had the ball taken away from him. Jarman goes in very hard, pinched that one, gathers it, goes for a pass, and it's a beauty down to Lindner. Just on the ground, the old president, the former Geelong player, on the ground, and he would be 30 metres out directly in front.
Yes, once again a terrific pass from Andrew Jarman. He doesn't muck around with his possessions. He's usually very efficient.
So Lindner directly in front of goal. If we can put this one through, it'll be very, very interesting. A change has been made. Ashcroft is off the ground as Lindner fires a goal, and the umpire said that's through for full points.
Well, the Adelaide Crows lead by 4 points. Adam Keranui, look at Champion comes around. I was about to say Adam Keranui on the ground, but gee, Champion came through hard then. Oh, what are you laughing at, Ted?
Well, the tackling of the Crows certainly has picked up in this quarter, and they're getting full benefit at getting out of the middle of the ground.
Andrew Jarman in towards half forward. Micken, who almost caught one in the back. And Darryl Hart's working very hard. Shane Hamilton, quick kick. Oh, look at Bain working like a terrier. Great play by Bain. On to Leslie. Long hand pass to Danny Noonan, waiting for the ball to sit for him. He did that very well too. That was a difficult one to pick up. Brings it back, but straight to Micken. Micken doing the ruck work now with Wren off the ground. Mark Micken would know this ground backwards because he was captain of the Brisbane Bears.
Best and fairest winner last year, though struggled a little bit this year with Wren taking the number 1 role.
Well, here's Lindner flying from the back, but he gave away a push in the back when he went for that mark, so it'll be a Brisbane Bears kick at half back, and let's see who will be the recipient. It's Rendell. On it goes to Bain. Bain straight down the centre of the ground, waiting for someone to take a mark. Micken was there. Oh, well spoiled. That's great play, Shacky. Now he should kick it on the left boot. He does. Voss back with the flight of the ball. Here's Keranui and Lee. Socket away by Lee to the wide open spaces. Peter Worsfold gets a good bounce. Should kick it on the left. He does. Kicks it wide. Good kick. And puts it out of bounds at half forward. But he gained about 40 metres with that kick.
Great pick up by Shacky in the middle of the ground, Peter. You must be impressed by the way he's playing.
He is. He's doing particularly well, actually. I know you're a bit of a rap for him, Gerard, and good to see him playing a good game.
Throw in by the boundary umpire. The ball's taken away by Lee. Taken on the half volley by Leslie. Back here towards Voss, and he can't control it. Got a handball. Wasn't very effective. Now we see Leslie get it back here to Champion. He goes short to the half forward line. Knocked on there by Bickley. Comes back to Lee. Lee puts it onto his right boot. Hits centre wing. Oh, there's 3 or 4 Brisbane Bears players there, and Jarman beat them all. Back here to Tregenza, who gathers it up beautifully. The tackle also beautifully taken away by Owen. Back here towards Tregenza. His kick is an awkward one, close to the boundary line. As a matter of fact, it is over, and a throw-in will be effected.
Well, Bill McDonald's down on the boundary line. He has a report on Marcus Ashcroft.
Jared Marcus Ashcroft is feeling a twinge in the left hamstring at the moment. It's in ice. They're not too sure yet whether he's going to come back on, but they are hopeful.
A pack forms again on centre wing where Jarman got a handball to McDermott. In turn, he got it out to Liptak, and handballs on to Tregenza. He darts away, has one bounce. The pass is an awkward looking one, but it heads up towards the half forward flank where we see Lindner come out, juggle the football. A bit of a fit of the fumbles, but he's got it. Tackle, still got it. Had a missed kick there and has thumped over the boundary line. And the umpire said, throw it in.
Good desperate play, Gerard.
Yes, Craig Potter, one of the great desperados of the AFL, as you see Marcus Ashcroft there just icing up that hamstring. A little bit of a twinge there. It's always a worry.
Half forward for Adelaide. Here's Voss racing after Tregenza. It's forced over the line. I'm very impressed with that youngster, Michael Voss.
Yeah, good play.
Well, if they could pick up a few more like him, Brisbane. There he is, the red head on screen. Only a young kid, but he's got terrific skill. And here it is at half-back with Martin Leslie on the left foot. He kicks it to where Abernathy leads in the race for the ball. He's got it. Swings onto the right foot, Bruce Abernathy. In towards half-forward. The Flyers are there. No mark to Lindner. Pressure as we see Leslie getting across to Shane Hamilton. He's got tons of time. Plenty of skill, Hamilton. Now he's got Clark to kick it to. Clark makes the lead. Oh, Voss and Clark. He said the mark has been played to Voss, but what courage by both players. Voss in towards half forward. Wiedemann at the back. He's got backup support from Micken, and Wiedemann takes a good strong mark. On to Bickley. Oh, there's loose men everywhere for Adelaide. Here is Bickley calling for his forwards to start moving. Runs around Shacky. Brings it into half forward. Hamilton, good disciplined play to fist it away. McGuinness is there, thumped away from him. Players going after it again. A lot of pressure on McGuinness again. He's got backup support from Pays. Now Bickley. Now McDermott. McDermott dodging, weaving, caught. Good umpiring to let it go by Peter Cameron. Here's Zanotti. A wild hand pass under pressure. Bickley. Back to Jarman. Jarman in towards half forward, but the mark will be taken by the ever-reliable Martin Leslie.
And plays on with a handball to the outer side where Hamilton waits, and he takes plenty of time before he gets his kick, but it's been marked out there by Potter, who marks and plays on. Has one bounce, then decides to give a handball to his teammate running through in Kennedy. They've got ample time here. One bounce by Kennedy and drives it down to the half-forward line. Out they come. Owen failed to take it on the half volley. Ben Hart gets a handball out to Darrell, and a handball comes over the top here to Abernathy. Left foot kick by that player towards the half-forward line. Almost a mark to Darrell. Hart couldn't control it. In swoops Bain now. Comes around in a wide arc. Goes back and gives a handball over to Leslie. In turn, he kicks down to centre wing, where we find Clark waiting for it. Takes an uncontested mark. An awkward-looking handball, but it finds Kennedy. And Kennedy long. Down towards Shackey. And over the top as champion. 50 metres out from goal. And would have some sort of a chance. He's kicking it long, but he's got a chance here for a score anyway, and it's through for 1 point only.
Well, Richard Champion, Ted, saw the open goal square. That's why he went on quickly. Perhaps could have gone back with the wind and steadied. But I have been impressed by the game of Matthew Kennedy.
Yeah.
A young player, had a spell with Essendon. Is doing particularly well up here with the Bears.
So Adelaide lead by 3 points. And around the member stand side they come now, and it's been marked down here by Smart. Smart in the back pocket. Now he's going right across goal again. And this is unorthodox style of football to Ben Hart, who drives the ball down the centre of the ground, looking down there for McDermott. Leslie knocks it away. In comes Shackey, knocked on by Maynard to the open space as they travel. And there goes Maynard with a bit of pace, and also McDermott coming in to lend support. He was dumped unceremoniously and will take the free kick.
Yes, no doubt about that free kick. Chris McDermott gets it to Mark Bickley, doing well. Bickley to full forward Hodges. Good use of the body. Strong mark. So Scott Hodges will kick from 35 metres directly in front. Been a good battle between he and Zanotti. Zanotti started on Modra. Modra taken off the ground as we see Scott Hodges kick from directly in front. Let's see what he can do with it. He drifts it. It's very close. Might have snuck this one in for a goal. Let's look at the goal umpire. Yes, a goal.
Of the ground where we find going in as champion, sidesteps one and goes long right down towards the goal square, or 25 metres out, knocked away by Ben Hart. The umpire's blown the whistle. It's a free kick, Adelaide. A free kick going down there to Smart. There was a Merritt and also Owen contesting that mark. There must have been an infringement, and Smart decides to give a handball over here to Bickley, and Bickley in turn handballs back to Ben Hart. Put him under a bit of pressure there, tackle, but the umpire's paying another free kick here for.
Yeah, Roger Merritt gave one high.
Behind play, was it?
Yes,
Gerard?
it was off the ball, or in the process of the handball. The free kick has been given.
So there goes a stupid wrestling on again here now as the free kick is being played down here in defence. And Bickley will be the recipient of that free kick from the half-back line, goes around centre wing. A pack is out there too, they fly. Knocked on by Rendell, down to McDermott, handball to Abernathy, drives the ball deep, up towards half-forward where they set and they fly. A chance for Lindner. Off the pack it goes now, and in they swoop here, where we find Liptak with a chance, but now it's Voss who comes through, gives a handball. Oh, that was a cheeky handball to Bain. Did that put him under pressure? He's on the bottom of the pack. And that's where you generally find good ravers, don't you, on the bottom of the pack? But that was a bit of a pressure handball, wasn't it?
Certainly did, but those handballs, too many players, only a young kid, I'm not knocking him, but too many players. I saw it with Fitzroy yesterday. There are too many players that just program when they get the ball to automatically handball instead of kicking the ball 50 metres. There's a free kick. Good umpiring, Peter Cameron, to pick that up. As we see the ball centre of the ground. Is this Shackey again or Noonan? Let's have a look at Shackey. In towards the pocket, a poor kick by Shackey. He's kicked it straight to lead. The young kid at the moment, Kiranui, he's a little bit lost, and it'll take him a little bit to find his feet, I would think. As we see, good tackle by Voss. Well played. There was Shackey going in to lend a hand too. He's really working hard, Lawrence Shackey, today. And eventually the ball forced over the line.
I agree with you with Kiranui, you'd probably be a good idea to plonk him on the ball for a while.
Exactly. I was thinking that 2 minutes ago, he's lost on that half-forward line. He's sort of just put him up in the action, let him run and rip into it. Now, here's champion. Oh, he's kicked straight to the man. It's unforgivable, that. Liptak gets it away to Maynard. Maynard in towards half-forward. The Flyers are there. It's a free kick going away of Adelaide to Lindner. Bruce Lindner. Now, if he bombs it long, Hodges is one out with Zanotti here. Here's the lead. Zanotti. Oh, good attempt by Zanotti to spoil Hodges. Hodges had front position. He's quick. Very, very quick, Mark Zanotti.
Yeah, it was a very good pass too, in actual fact. A good contest down there by those two, as Gerard suggested earlier, since being shifted there. What are your thoughts, Jed?
Yes, excellent. I like the Lyndon pass. Good pressure from Zanotti and a good lead from Scott Hodges.
Rendell wins the tap, knocked on again by Hamilton, out towards Kennedy, puts a Voss it is, they kicked a low kick there, taken away by Hart, and it's kicked right up towards the full forward position. Boy, they're coming through hard now, as we see Worsfold give a handball over to Hamilton. In turn, he puts it onto his left boot, down looking for Leslie. They fly, there's no mark, out they come here now. A chance, Ducty's heading into trouble there, the young fellow, and the umpire is going to pay the free kick to Noonan here.
He didn't have enough backup support either.
I think they're a bit lucky though, Danny Noonan, to come up with that free kick. Certainly did just drop his head.
Short pass to Worsfold. He marks and plays on from the wing. He hits the half forward line. Champion got in the front position. Bit cheeky there, but it was good play, wasn't it?
He's good overhead, isn't he, Mr. Champion?
So 55 metres out from goal, looking for Roger Merritt in the goal square, but Leslie's made a move and he's gone for him and he's found him.
He should go back and have a shot from here inside the 50 metre with the wind coming almost straight over his shoulder. Should make the distance.
Now Leslie, the man on the mark, just inside the 50 metre line on the member stand side.
I wonder if he'll kick it like a backman.
He's only kicked 2 goals for the season, so he doesn't get much practice.
Leslie coming in now, fires at the big sticks. It's on its way, coming around. Will it come around far enough? They fly in the square. This may have gone through. It has.
Someone is encroached into the centre square, and it is Matt Rendell's free kick as he brings it in towards full forward. Owen was shoved out of the action. It's still at half forward. This is Ben Hart. Quick hand pass. Abernathy, he can't get his boot to it. And now they lock it in, Adelaide. Chance for Bain now. Good play, David Bain. He's gone to the left foot kick. It wasn't meant. I really don't think that was meant for Rendell. I reckon that one was meant for Clark. It came off the side of his boot. What do you think, Gerard?
I'll sit on the fence on that one, Peter.
Well, after you won with Bays last week, I don't blame you.
Put it this way, it was meant for either one, Pete.
Well, Rendell, I doubt whether he'll make the distance.
We saw Gary Ablett kick a monster like this one yesterday.
Well, he's going to the torpedo. It's a wobbly, but look at it float with the breeze. It's good. No mark to Wiedemann. I thought he was about to take that, and eventually it rolls over the line for a behind. But, Matt, I think you should stick with the drop punts after that one. 2 points the margin. Adelaide lead in a very even contest.
Now Ben Hart will bring the ball back into play. 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter here at the Carrara ground. And only 2 points of difference. Crows in front. Right down the centre of the ground goes Ben Hart with this kick, and they fly. Knocked away down to McGuinness, who's had a pretty quiet game so far. Over to Jarman. Jarman handballs to Tregenza, who kicks long. Half forward. Out they come. Ross on the lead there, but it's an awkward looking bounce. Here comes Lindner. Lindner was tackled beautifully, and a chance here now for Campbell. Campbell swings right and left, and he gives a handball. Over this time to Noonan. He's in trouble. The handball went astray. Out they come again, led by Clark onto his left boot. Drives down to half forward. Champion was held and will take the free kick. That was an obvious one, huh?
Yeah, it's a good battle going on between he and Wiedemann. Wiedemann certainly grabbed hold of his arm. And Champion doing quite well for the Bears across half forward. Poor kick, though.
Was a poor kick. Coming out to meet it there was the little boy coming through Bain, but it was taken away by Abernathy. Gets it over to Bickley. His kick's an awkward one. In comes Noonan, tackled beautifully. Play on, said the umpire. Now he said, give it to me and I will bounce. Just inside the 50-metre mark.
So I thought he was taking a bit high there, Ted, with the elbow up.
Well, it looked that way, but the umpire certainly said, I'll bounce. He had no hesitation in blowing the whistle and making that decision. Knocked away there by the big fellow Mickham, and it's gone over the boundary line for a throw-in.
In fact, Noonan should never have taken that ball in his possession. He had a free man forward of the pack. The ideal thing would have been just to punch the ball on their way where they had players in space.
Well, just under 4.5 minutes to half-time here at Carrara. Vital 4.5 minutes. It's tapped down towards Voss, who's been so impressive. Look at the quick hands on to Clark. Now Noonan. Noonan can set it up for his forwards here. Good pass, and he's found Worsfold. Now Worsfold should make the distance with the breeze. He'll kick from right on 50. Now he can give it across to Owen here. He's going to do that. Good play, Rod Owen, because he's about 10 metres closer in and, in fact, on a better angle.
And a far better shot at goal, Pete.
Well, Rod Owen has kicked one. And this would be a handy one to give them the lead by 4 points. Former St Kilda and Melbourne player. He's still only a young man. He seems to have been around for an eternity.
A lot of problems with reconstructions of the knee.
Rod Owen from directly in front lets the breeze do the work. It floats. Didn't hit the post, I feel. Oh, that's bad luck to the Bears. And he won't be happy with that, Rod Owen. They now trail by 1 point. Adelaide lead 8-1 to 7-6.
Now, Ben Harder will be again to get play underway once more. He's coming around the member stand side. The lead has been made down here and it's been taken down here by Maynard. Maynard's taken a mark on the half-back line. Elects to play on. He goes long. Out they come, a whole heap of them. They fly. Knocked on by Campbell to the open space. And here come Gastev. Gastev overruns the football. It's an awkward-looking bounce. Didn't help him in any way, shape or form. And now we see Potter go in. An awkward handball. Back towards McDermott. That bounce is very awkward there today. Potter's in there again. Back to Gastev. In turn, he gives a handball out to the running Campbell now. And he kicks long. It's a beauty. Right down towards where Mickham's in the front position. The umpire has
free kick to Owen.
Adelaide.
Has to go to Owen. He was held by Hart behind the play.
Yes, no doubt about that, Peter.
And
well
Peter,
spotted.
And Karanuri was running into an open goal for his first kick in league football when they held that play. Bad luck for the kid. All right, now Owen's about 25 metres out directly in front. Very handy a goal here for the Bears at this stage of proceedings. 26 minutes into the second quarter. Owen comes and he fires at the sticks. The goal umpire runs across, but he's indicated he hasn't missed. He's put it through for full points.
The Brisbane Bears lead by 5 points, just over 2 minutes to half-time. And another one to Brisbane would be very, very handy. They're kicking with the breeze. Socket off the ground by Bickley, but the mark will be taken up there by Kennedy, who's played a good game. Matthew Kennedy on the Bain. Will it sit for him? It does. Now Bain, he's been a little terrier. He dodges and weaves, brings it into half forward, but he only succeeds in finding Bruce Abernathy.
Pace has probably tightened up on him in the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Abernathy to the half forward line. No mark to Ross. He was the flyer, but a free kick. I think the free kick against Ross for going too early. So it is the Bears off and running. That was Gastev getting across to Martin Leslie. They can create the loose man here. Oh, cleverly done. Centre of the ground. This is Noonan. Noonan should bomb it in long. He brings it into the half-forward line. Owen at the back. Ooh, he's thumped out of it. Good play by Adelaide in defence. Tregenza. Scott Lee. Tregenza again with pace. One bounce. Will he go again? Yes, he will. Two, he can draw the man here and go over the top. Here's a chance for Adelaide. Oh, Lindner a touch of the fumbles. Gets it back to Tregenza. Tregenza in towards full forward. 2-on-1 here. Adelaide. Oh, good play by Zanotti. Well, if Zanotti gets it, no, it's going the way of Adelaide. Is it a free kick? Mark Zanotti had two to beat.
Hodges will come up with this one.
And Hodges has got the free kick from directly in front, and Robert Wall's not too happy, but he had two men down there to beat Mark Zanotti, and I thought for a moment he might have beaten them. Scott Hodges has kicked two. He's directly in front as he kicks, and Scott Hodges has put it through. So 3 goals to the full forward, and now the margin is 1 point in favour of Adelaide.
I think the Crows will be quite pleased with their first half. Not having been here, the trap was certainly set. You'll see on replay how this goal unfolds. Lindner here, a little bit lucky. Hamilton leaves his man, which leaves Zanotti 2 out in the square. However, I think the Crows will go in well satisfied with their work in the first half.
Back in the centre, umpire Cameron coming in to bounce the football. Time running out here, just on 45 seconds left in this quarter. The bounce, and Mickham gets up against Rendell. Rendell won the tap, taken away here by Maynard. Maynard onto his right boot. He hits the centre wing out here where they fly again. Could be a free kick going to Leslie. Yes, umpire's going to pay it.
I thought that was a bit tough, Ted. Leslie backing into Liptak. Liptak really only holding his ground.
The other way.
Well, he is now. Yeah, well, Liptak has taken the free kick now, and the umpire has reversed his decision, playing on. He runs around Gastev and goes for the pass, right down to centre half forward. Oh, chipping was a good mark to Worsfold. Worsfold plays on there, goes to the wing on the outer side. Out they travel there now, where we see Lee chasing after the football close to the boundary line, and it goes over for a throw-in.
There's a punch on here behind play. A few players getting themselves involved. Lindner and Voss, you want to keep out of there, young fella. You're doing quite well, having a good battle with Tregenza on the wing.
Boundary umpire throws the ball into play, knocked on by Rendell again, comes down here, taken away this time by Lee, who drives the ball right down towards the centre position. Coming out the middle is the big fellow Ross. It's an awkward bounce. So there's a siren. It's half-time here at Carrara. Brisbane 8-6-54, Adelaide 9-1-55.
Well, Scott Hodges doing quite well with his 3 goals, Ted. He's leading out, giving the Crows an option. And I think that Graham Corns, whilst you never get a happy coach at half-time, particularly when you're only leading by a point, the trap was certainly set for the Adelaide side coming to a foreign land. And I think they've done particularly well to be in front at half-time. So at half-time, the scores are Crows 9 goals, 155, lead the Bears 8-6, 54. Well, at half-time here at Carrara, Adelaide by 1 point. Brisbane 8-6-54 to Adelaide 9-1-55. Hodges has 3 for the Crows. Merritt and Owen have 2 for the Bears.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1992 AFL Premiership season.
Well, round 21 got underway at the MCG on Friday night in a game between North Melbourne and the Sydney Swans. Let's have a look at some highlights.
Allison showed his teammates the way with a classy goal on the run. Swans rover Barry Mitchell's centering kick enabled Kapler to kick the first of 2 goals. German to steal to Swass caught the Swans flat-footed. Cheswell's kick found Minton Connell, who had no problem hanging on to the greasy ball. He finished with 3 goals. Strong work by Dion Scott on German saw Allison swoop, find Kerry, and it was another goal for the Roos as they ran away to a 31-point victory.
And the final scores at the MCG on Friday night was a good win to North Melbourne 15-21. Pretty ordinary kicking, 111 to Sydney 11-14-80. And there are some very good games in round 21 yesterday. We'll be back after this break with some highlights of those games. Well, yesterday's match of the round was at Waverley Park between Hawthorn and Collingwood. Let's take a look at some of those highlights.
Before the opening bounce, Taylor and McCartney were niggling each other, an indication of how tense this clash was to be. The Naggies tasted first blood when Brad Hardy in his first senior appearance goaled. The Hawks' first goal came from the unlikely boot of veteran backman Chris Mew, only his 20th career goal. The Hawks were well on top when Shane Morwood marked, injured his back and left the field. Hudson kicked his second, while a rocker goal just before siren time had the Magpies only 8 points down. The second quarter, the Hawks still in control as Hudson kicked his third. Only 10 minutes into the quarter, Hardy was replaced by Rowe, while the Hawks continued to dominate until Dacos scored his first. His second, leaving the Magpies only 6 points in arrears at the main break. The third quarter and a poor effort by Perth saw Hudson score an opportunist goal for the Hawks to move to a 13-point lead. Alan Gold. Hudson missed 2 before Fraser scored a vital goal to keep the Magpies in touch. Hudson's 5th goal, right on the siren, came from a free. The Hawks 19 points up. The final term, the Magpies kept at the Hawks but missed vital shots up forward. And when Hudson found the goals yet again on the siren, the Hawks home by 19 points.
Yes, Paul Hudson right back to form there. A victory to Hawthorn 82, 6 to Collingwood 63. That's 2 losses in a row now to Collingwood, and the pressure certainly is on them. At Princess Park, Fitzroy played Geelong, and Geelong hadn't beaten Fitzroy at Princess Park since 1976. Let's take a look at some highlights from that game.
The game began at an intense pace, this Satori goal opening the Lions' account.
Here's a chance for Fitzroy. Satori off the ground for a goal.
With the crowd igniting every time he touched the ball, Gary Ablett gave them something to cheer with this massive torpedo.
He goes to torpedo, yes! Have a look at this!
But when he limped off the field early in the second quarter, the Roys must have liked their chances. But the Cats continued to pressure Fitzroy. Miles' mark on the burst, helping his side to a 3-goal lead at half-time.
Is the kick all right? Yes! Good kick, good mark, good football, Geelong.
Just to start, Fitzroy didn't want to the third quarter as Riccardi put this one through for the Cats.
Riccardi goes round the corner with the right foot, a great goal to Riccardi.
But the Roys kept in touch, this Satori mark resulting in one of 2 goals he kicked in the turn.
That is a shocking kick, but has it got through? It has, unbelievable.
Despite the rain, Geelong took control towards the end of the quarter, this couch goal giving them a comfortable 31-point lead.
It's a great kick from the Brownlow medalist.
The final term was all Geelong. Barry Stoneham, who starred for the Cats, kicked their 17th on the siren as they secured a rare win against Fitzroy at Princes Park.
Yes, a best on-ground performance by Barry Stoneham and an easy victory to Geelong there. They broke that historical record. Unfortunately for them, Gary Ablett tore his hamstring and he is in doubt, possibly out for 3 weeks. We'll have a look at the rest of yesterday's games later on in the afternoon, but right now it's half-time at Subi Acco. Let's have a look at some of the first half highlights.
Ball now at the back. Here's a chance for Hart, who loves to run and kicks the ball beautifully on the run normally. Oh, it's perfect. The lead by Sumich.
I really left the door open for the Eagles. This will bend left to right.
Well, Peter Sumich, who loves to kick long distances, did a beautiful kick. It's a goal.
So maybe he's not all that fit, Waitman. Really am surprised it's taken that long as Hetty marks from behind the pack and goals.
By Pike. His kick goes in towards full forward and a rather straightforward mark taken there by Peter Sumich. Point blank range, directly in front. Really should not miss this. And right on the siren, he kicks his 3rd goal.
Well, at half-time, West Coast have got control of that game, 6-7-43 to the Tigers. Didn't score in that quarter, in fact, 3-4-22. Well, time now to take a break. We'll be back after this one with some highlights of the first quarter of St Kilda versus Carlton at Waverley Park.
Lockett, as you could see, and Winmar hits him on the chest. Tony Lockett in the first term had kicked 2 goals, as we see Lockett with that beautiful kicking style putting that one through, straight through the centre for a goal. Again, it looks like it's St Kilda coming forward. There's Sean Ralph Smith going over the top to Russell Morris. Russell Morris on the run on the left foot. The back man slams it through for a goal. Great goal to Russell Morris.
And here's a progress score from that game. St Kilda appear in control early in the piece. We'll have to wait till half-time to see what wind advantage there is. But obviously an entertaining game down there. Well, on the boundary line, John Casey's been doing the rounds with the coach. John, what have you found out from the Adelaide camp?
Thanks, Jared. Yes, well, Coach Graham Corns actually issued a challenge to his players during his half-time address. He said the team that was prepared to do the hard work was the team that's going to win this match. He said that meant getting in front and putting your body on the line in all those 50-50 contests. He said the Crows have been criticised in the past for being soft. He said the opportunity presented itself here for the Crows to bury that hoodoo and go out and finish this team off. Interestingly enough, they've conceded 8 goals to half-time. That's more than they've conceded for the entire match in the past 2 weeks. So he was critical of his defence, although a point up at half-time, not that bad.
Yes, at Carrara, any lead is a good lead. But don't forget, we will be returning to Barcelona for the live coverage of the final day of the Olympics following today's football. Once again, the highlights will include the marathon, always the blue ribbon event at the Olympics, the equestrian, the volleyball, the water polo, and of course the closing ceremony. Well, gentlemen, it's a pretty tight tussle here at Carrara. How do you think it'll go, Ted?
Well, the way the Bears are playing, I certainly give them a big chance of doing some good here. The knowledge of the ground is something in their favour, as you said at the opening of the game this afternoon. But I do think the Adelaide Crows, well, they've got something up their sleeve, and one half of football doesn't win a game for you. If you look at the stats there, the kicks by Brisbane, 114 to 95, but the most interesting thing is the centre breaks from my point of view. There's only one in there, Peter, so it's a pretty even contest so far there, hasn't it been?
Very, very even, and I think Robert Walls has done his homework and matched up on the match winners of the Adelaide players as we free kicks 20 to 14 in favour of Brisbane, and well, I personally think at this stage, I think Adelaide can win this game. I just saw signs during the end of the second term that they were getting on top. Now, Simon Tregenza has had 12 kicks and 2 handballs. He's had a terrific battle with young Voss, who certainly hasn't been disgraced, and he's going to be a very, very good player, Voss.
Yeah, and there's David Bain's stats. Have a look at that, 11 and 8, and he's been a busy little beaver around the ground all day, and he's certainly a very interesting player here this afternoon.
Well, Chris McDermott will be the next man that comes up on screen, and well, he never lets you down, Chris McDermott. 4 kicks and 10 handballs. He's always in the action, Chris McDermott.
And there's Hamilton from the Brisbane Bears. He's had 12 and 2, also been a busy player and a very consistent player. He's been a damaging player this afternoon.
Well, there's Graham Corn speaking to Tony Modra, and I think there was Matthew Liptak on the bench with him. And as we see the bounce of the ball as Anton McKernan puts it down, the breeze with Adelaide, although they've been scoring at the other end of the ground as well. Here's Wayne Wiedemann with a floating kick to the half-forward line. Ross at the back. Oh, thumps at the ground. There was good play by Ross. McDermott onto Darryl Hart. Here's Pays on the left foot. Bring it in towards full forward. Oh, they've got the height of Micken down here. Micken couldn't take the mark. Hodges and Zanotti. Zanotti off the ground. Darryl Hart straight between his legs. Here's Tony McGuinness on the right foot. In towards full forward. Oh, still in play. No, it didn't cross the line, so it is a behind to Adelaide. And there's McGuinness, who's been fairly well held. He's kicked 2 goals.
Yes, he's always dangerous, though. He only has to get 3 or 4 kicks around the goal face, and he can cut a side up.
There's a short pass or short kick by Kennedy out to his teammate there in Leslie. Didn't pick up much distance, about 10 metres, I suppose, and he goes to the outer side. And this time Leslie goes long. It's a good long kick out there towards the half-back flank area. Comes off the top of the pack to Tregenza, who delivers the ball to Jarman, and Jarman marks very close to the boundary line. He goes for a short one. He's got a player loose, and his skipper in McDermott. That's opened up the goals better for him, even though he didn't pick up anything in distance. It has opened up the big sticks for McDermott, and he'll have no trouble with the distance. Accuracy, the only concern. It's on its way. It floats around. The umpire runs back and he indicates that he's put it through for full points to the Adelaide Crows, and that is a good start during the third quarter.
Yes, good goal to Chris McDermott, the Adelaide skipper, also skipper of the South Australian State of Origin side, Ted. And as you see there, a classic example of good goal kicking. One of the greatest players ever to be produced in South Australia.
Could have easily have been a Bears player too, couldn't he?
Well, evidently he was on their drafted list, as is Nathan Buckley.
I think the Jarmans too at one stage.
Exactly.
One of them was on their list.
Well,
Melbourne had the other one.
62 plays 54 as we see Wren. 25-metre punch to Linda. That was a great bit of ruck work there by Wren. That was Matthew Campbell getting it to Rendell. Centre of the ground, Lindner again. Oh, he got away too easy. Then here's the dangerous Jarman getting onto the right foot, brings it in towards the pocket. The bounce eludes the big fella, and it rolls through for a behind. Nearly bounced back through for a goal, but Robbie Walls, very, very accomplished coach, Robert Walls, really handles this Brisbane Bears side extremely well. And if he can't get the best out of them, no one would, as we see Matthew Kennedy over the top to Campbell. Matthew Campbell to centre wing. He was looking for Richard Champion, but it cleared the boundary line and out on the full. So the fearsome sight of Wayne Wiedemann to take this kick.
Now Wiedemann will drive this deep, I would suggest, from centre wing. Kicking with the breeze. He swings around on a bit of an arc and onto his left boot. It's very high in the air. And they come in from behind, but Leslie uncontested, dropped the mark. A pack forms out there. The umpire watches closely. Bain comes through, gives a handball over towards Campbell. His handball goes astray, although it's picked up by Potter, and he cleans up for him, drives it deep up towards the half-forward flank. Wiedemann's there again with Champion, and the umpire is going to pay the free kick to Wiedemann again. Champion did fall back on him. It may have been a little technical there, Pete.
It wasn't a good kick by Potter either, Ted.
There goes a kick by Wiedemann now. Goes to the outer side. And then they move here. A chance there for Pays, who drives the ball after marking down. And he's looking for Lindner. Could have been a free kick push from behind by Gazted. But Lindner on the bottom of the pack. Comes out here towards that boy Voss. Handballs on to Noonan, who drives it right down to centre half forward. A chance and a good mark taken down here by Shackey. Shackey's marked about 65, 70 metres out from goal. Kicking down towards the right of the screen. He goes looking for a teammate, couldn't find one. In comes Smart to gather the ball in the last line of the fence. Swings around and goes to the members' stand side. Couldn't use his left boot on that occasion. Tregenza's there, but the boundary line beats him and it goes over for a throw-in.
That's wasted forward play. If you kick it to Rotto, and the lead was good, the kick was poor. It was over his head, but surely there has to be another man down there to support Owen if the ball's thumped away anyway. There was just no one there. Wren to Liptak, who's grabbed when he didn't have it. There's a chance for the youngster. No, is it Pelfreyman or Voss? In fact, it was Pelfreyman. Oh, look at that courage shown by Lee. The hand pass comes back to Weedham, and that was from Maynard. Scott Lee again, centre of the ground. 3 or 4 Bears players. No mark to Noonan. On to Worsfold. Worsfold should kick this one long. It's a high floating drop punt in towards the half forward by Champion, the only man to go for it. Good mark, Richard Champion. He's got to move it quickly. Clever little kick into Pelfreyman, and he can't quite hold onto it long enough. Should have marked that one, and the ball is locked in that forward pocket.
Once again, it's a couple of easy misses to the Bears early in this piece. They're making hard work of their forward thrust at goal.
Well, here's McGuinness getting it to Smart on the Maynard. Maynard to the half-forward line. Oh, nearly was a push-out then against Jarman. Noonan, well played Noonan, to allow Gastev to come through, and beautiful pass finds Clark.
And Clark plays on, gives a handball to the running Campbell, who runs down towards the 50-metre line and drives right deep into goal. He's got an option there, and he flew high. Could have given a free kick away there, but the umpire said no, and he's going to pay the minus score.
I agree with you. I thought that was a free kick.
Gerard, what are your thoughts?
Well, I thought he was just attempting to punch. I don't think he attempted to mark it. Could well have been a free kick.
All right, now Ben Hart taking plenty of time about bringing the ball back into play. He's going to elect to go to the outer side. He does just that, looking out there for an option. It hits the open spaces, and there they travel down there now. A chance for Liptak. Gives a handball over to Tregenza. Tregenza handballs on to Pays, and Pays steadies down now and drives Bickley. Was right down towards the centre-half forward position. Off the top of the pack it goes, and in comes Gastev. Swings the ball onto his left boot. Goes to the outer side again. It goes over the boundary line for a throw-in.
He's a good player, John Gastev. And there's Tony Modra and Matthew Liptak still on the bench. It'll be a throw-in at half-forward for Adelaide. It's tapped down by Rendell. Now here's Martin Leslie.
With pressure from McDermott.
Yeah, and he was too slow getting rid of the hand pass. Here's Tregenza to Abernathy. And Abernathy is marked 50 metres from goal, and he will make the distance, I would think, from there. Port Adelaide start. And he's not going to have a shot. He's going to chip it in short, because falling into that hole is Wren, and that's what I like about this big fellow, Gerard. He really uses his brains.
Yes, he's got a good football brain and great mobility, and we saw them really hurting the Brisbane Bears ruckman by running into that open space, obviously left open for one of the on-ball players to run down into. He made the most of it there. You see him wearing the silks for the hamstring and protectors on the right leg there as he shoots for goal.
Sean Wren from directly in front kicks it high. This is close. Let's wait on the goal umpire. It's a goal.
Back with the umpire in the centre of the ground here now. Rendell, number 27, to do battle here with Big Wren. It's down. It favours Wren a little. It's an awkward looking bounce, and chipping in was Voss, but he couldn't control it. Taken by Pays. Handballs to Tregenza. He loves to have a bounce and a run. That's his second. Leslie in hot pursuit from 50 metres out. He fires at the big sticks. This is going to be close. The umpire said it hit the post, or was touched on the way through anyway, and 1 point is the result.
Well, Tregenza is well on top of that battle now on the wing. Probably got on top midway through that second quarter. Young Voss has just got to learn to tighten up a little bit, particularly when your man gets a couple of kicks in a row.
Campbell's gone for the short pass out to the back pocket here now, taken away there by Noonan, who marked and kicks around about towards the wing. Out they come. Bain took it off the pack beautifully. He loves a bit of a bounce too. That's his second, showing super pace. That's the bounce number 3. Gets away onto his left boot, delivers the ball to the half-forward line. Could have been a free kick play there, and the umpire is going to play it down there to Clark. He wants to play on. Oh, he gets around one, swings back onto his right. He's in trouble, but eventually gets a kick high in the air. Down there is the target, the big fellow Merritt doesn't let him down, and it's marked directly in front of goal. He had a few defenders there, though, didn't he, Gerard?
Yes, well, Roger Merritt really is just pointing to one of the showing up one of the weaknesses of the Crows, and that is they lack a big, strong defender, both at full-back and at centre-half-back. Nigel Smart probably more suited to a flank, maybe centre-half-back, but Roger Merritt is too big and too strong for Nigel Smart.
Well, they need a captain's goal here from the big fellow. Coming in now, on its way, he stabs at this one and the goal umpire doesn't move. He's put it through for full points.
Well, we're back in the centre, 11-4 to 9-7. They're hanging in there, Brisbane. And Adelaide looked as though they were getting on top. I'll kick off the ground straight to Boss.
In about 5 metres.
Yes, it was kicked by Kennedy. There's little Bain back into the fray again. Beautiful kick on the left foot to Worsfold. That's good football, this by Brisbane, as they take it forward again. Peter Worsfold. Oh, some courage had to be shown, and it was shown. That's Rod Owen. And he ran hard at that ball, Gerard.
Yes, that was great courage from Owen. He needed to take a mark. He'd wasted a couple of opportunities earlier.
Free kick from the back. Ooh, no, not paid. I thought he might have got the one to Ginza. Now away it comes to Nigel Smart. Now on to Andrew Jarman. They're rebounding beautifully here, Adelaide. The kick on the left foot. That is a great kick to Lindner. Lindner will kick it from right on 50 metres. Swings it in, and I think he might have dobbed this one. He has. Great play that way, Adelaide out of defence. Bruce Lindner has kicked 2 since coming on the ground, and Adelaide reply very quickly. 12-4 plays 9-7.
Well, an easy goal to the Crows in the end. Jarman delivering the ball to Lindner. He seems to be on the end of a few of Jarman's kicks. The president doesn't let him down. The difference between the two sides at the moment is that the Crows are getting far easier goals than the Bears, who have to work particularly hard, which has got a fair bit to do with the talent factor. Crows certainly with more ability in this side, but the Bears are having a red-hot go, as Peter McKenna would suggest.
And Jarman, a very dangerous player, but since been shifted from the centre. Knocked on there by Leslie Yost. Away it comes again. Travelling down there was a Wiedemann who brought the ball back into play. A chance here for the Bears to get out of trouble, which they did from the half-back line, close to centre wing. We're coming in here as Abernathy, tries to duck around one, sends the ball back, and flying in here is Campbell. A double fister out here to Hamilton, who was tripped, but the play on said the umpire. Jarman gives a handball to Maynard. Maynard chips around looking for Pays, and he's got him. 48 metres out from goal, directly in front. 12-4-76 the Crows to the Bears 9-7-61.
Well, Pays, if he can kick this goal, is really stitching up Bain here. If you get an assignment as tagger, if you can restrict your player and then come down and hurt him by kicking a goal, adds a certain string to your bow.
Here comes Pays now from the 50-metre line. He fires at the sticks. The umpire runs across, indicating that he has missed it. It's through for 1 point only. And Jarman's shifting out of the centre, Gerard. What about that?
Yes, he's on the half-forward flank. He started there this quarter, Ted, and he's just applying a little bit of creativity on the forward line for the Crows.
Here's Matthew Campbell. Oh, that's a poor kick. He's kicked it straight into the hands of Bruce Abernathy. Abernathy on the left. Lindner will mark this. No, he's got backup support from Ross. Lindner really had his name written all over that, and I'm sure if Ross hadn't have gone for it, Lindner would have marked it.
Ted, I think on this big Carrara ground, it's difficult to have both Jarman and McDermott on the ball. It just slows the Adelaide side down too much through the middle of the ground.
Well, here's umpire McKernan to bounce. The umpires have done a fine job today. Been a pretty easy game to umpire, though. Towards half forward. That was Leslie getting it there to Abernathy. Abernathy, a wobbly kick. Courage needed to be shown again. It was Gastev going back with the flight of the ball. Still in that forward pocket area for Adelaide. A high tackle. High tackle for Adelaide. Free kick in that forward pocket will go to Bruce Lindner,
the president.
Oh, Bruce Lindner, a great kick of a football, Ted.
He's kicked some beautiful goals, particularly when he was playing down there with Geelong.
Let's have a look. He goes.
There he goes, driving on the ball.
Oh.
Flicks it out. A little bit suspect, but technically probably on the ball.
Where was the free?
Well, there wasn't much in it. Well, he had the ball and he threw it away. Well, here he is, Bruce Lindner from the pocket, stabs and threads that one through for a goal.
This is a last day game to be played here at the Carrara ground. The next one will be a night match, so they move on to Brisbane next year at the Gabba. Up they go, knocked on there by Potter. Out they come to meet it, and the champion overrun the football, was taken away by Leslie. Drives up towards his half-forward line. Coming out to meet it there was the big fellow in Pelfreyman, but it's a free kick being played down there to Lee.
No doubt.
Lee on the half-back line goes down through the centre of the ground, looking down there for a high flyer. Renzev has been knocked on by Noonan, and Voss overran the football. In they come here very hard now. McDermott, where he normally is on the bottom of the pack, tried to get a handball out, but the umpire said, no, give it to me and I'll bounce. Jarman went in very hard as well to lend support to his skipper, and umpire Cameron comes in or bounce just inside the centre square. He puts about to put it down, and down it goes, and Rendell doing the ruck work with Wren, and Wendell won. Goes to Clark, but he can't get rid of it. There they go through there. Bickley gets a handball over to McDermott. McDermott sees daylight and kicks long. Gaztev running back the same way as the ball. Two players on the same side spoil themselves. It comes out here towards Campbell. His handball goes back to Zanotti. Zanotti didn't want it, tapped it over the head to Gaztev. He couldn't control the ball cleanly. There goes Zanotti now. He's asking for support, and he's trying to run away from Jarman, putting a bit of daylight between them two, and he goes for a short path. Has been marked by Wren on centre wing.
Poor kick by Mark Zanotti. That's what lets him down at times. Look at Robert Walls looking disgusted. Red. Scott Lee.
You often see that when players elect to take the run and the bounce, putting themselves under pressure.
Here's Bickley. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's an easy mark drop down there by Micken. Oh, not good football, that. And Micken will be kicking himself for dropping an absolute soda.
So may well Graham Corns, 3/4 time.
Well, throw in at half forward for Adelaide. Micken pushing and shoving. There's a quick kick by Rendell to the half-back line. The players fly for it. Oh, is that a free kick? That was Pelfrim at the bottom of the pack. Voss was there, and another hurry kick comes straight to Lee. This is Scott Lee breaking away. Now he's kicking in long to the half-forward line. Ross back with the fly to the ball, takes a good safe mark. Jonathan Ross.
Been pretty quiet this afternoon, Ross. He's had a great influence on this game, and really does need to kick this goal to get himself onto the scoreboard.
He's a likely type, though, isn't he?
He's got the size about him, and he moves pretty well. But I agree with Gerard. It's been fairly quiet today. Now, he'll have to kick from 55 metres with the breeze behind him. He's a left footer. Oh, not a bad looking kick off the boot. Now, well, it won't clear the pack. It's thumped forward. Darryl Hart is very good round goal. It's sneaking back, but he can't hook it back far enough. And the ball floats through for a behind to Adelaide. 13-6 plays 9-7. So they're not out of it, Brisbane. One or two quick goals would certainly help.
There's a kick. Oh, it's a short pass, and goes out here to Leslie, who comes back across the face of goal. That's a shocker, and Lindner takes an easy mark 50 metres out from goal.
He'll kick this one, Lindner.
Well, it's not impossible for him to do. Now Lindner from the 50-metre mark on the member stand side of the ground, kicking to the left of your screen, coming in. And he walks his 4 or 5 paces. Oh, it's a beautiful looking kick by Lindner. Absolutely sensational shot, straight through the middle, full points. That was a bad kick by Leslie, wasn't it, Peter?
I don't know what he was trying to do. Whether he was trying to short pass it or go the long bomb, but it was just a poor kick. I'd be tempted to move Gaztev now and get him up onto the ball because, well, he's having to play a defensive game on Lindner. He's a very good player, Gaztev. He's champion. He's lost it in the tackle, ran over the top. Noonan went without it. Oh, look at Bain. He is fantastic, David Bain, as he sprints away, kicks it in short. He found Peter Worsfold. He's calling for someone to lead. Troy Clark will lead in the race versus Mark Bickley. Well played by Clark. Have a look at that for skill. That was beautiful play. And now, that just let him down. A poor kick. I think it was meant for Shackey. The mark taken by Wiedemann. Wiedemann to Maynard. Maynard to McDermott. McDermott coming through the centre. Low trajectory drop punt. Ross, no one near him for 30 metres. Jonathan Ross chips it into the pocket. Scott Hodges marks. And a free kick. Now, is he going to bring it back, or is Hodges going to have it? He's going to bring it back to Ross. Well, that's interesting. You'd think they'd play the advantage then,
Well, it must have been in the act of kicking.
Right. So maybe he didn't... no, he played on, though. I can't understand that one. Ross won't make the distance, I wouldn't think, but he'll lob it up into the goal square. The pack sets himself, Micken at the back, thump to ground. Potter on the left foot, kicks straight to the boundary line and over.
And you can't pay advantage when he takes a mark, Pete, and that's the reason why he had to come back. But really the Bears are under some pressure now. They've fallen right away in this third quarter, and full credit to the Crows who've come out to play in the second half, answering the challenge that Corns suggested, as we heard from John Casey at half-time.
Darryl Hart now puts it onto his left boot. Ross couldn't control it. There goes Campbell. He gives a handball over here to Kennedy, going right across the face. A shocking kick again by the Bears. They're not using the ball well at all off the boot, and it goes over the boundary line for a throw-in. He had no other options but to play safe coming out of defence, but it was a shocking kick. And consequently, the Bears are struggling at the moment. There's a throw-in. Big Rendell doing the ruck work. Comes down here, taken away by Hamilton in trouble. A hurried left foot kick by that player. And out they come to meet it. There goes Lee. And Jarman takes it now. Gives a handball to McDermott. On to Abernathy. 50 metres out. It's a beautiful-looking kick by Abernathy. And it's 1 point only.
He's a class act, though, Abernathy.
He is,
We haven't seen the best of him in the last couple of years.
But Jarman's playing much better in this quarter, Gerard.
Well, he does supply that little bit of class across half forward, Ted.
And we just saw goal umpire Frank Ratey signalling that point as he made good position, Gerard. And
yeah, great position, Pete.
Well, he's been around for a while, Frank. Noonan over the top to Voss. Here's Peter Worsfold, a little chip pass, and he's found Troy Clark. Clark in towards half forward. They need a couple of goals before three-quarter time. Richard Champion, great mark, and bombs it in. Is that a free kick or a mark? I don't think so. It was touched and rolls over the line.
Better passage of play from the Bears, however. Bringing the ball down the wing and then centering the ball, not too early, to Richard Champion.
Well, they're not completely out of this game. Adelaide look the better side at the moment, but certainly they're only 5 goals behind. There's Ben Hart, Wren. They've got running players in Pays and Tregenza. Danger here because he can go to the top to McGuinness. Now, this could be a soda here. McGuinness will bring it in long in towards Hodges. Hodges and Zanotti. Over the back. Kennedy, he's got 2 to beat. Keeps it in play with a hand pass. He's got the speedy Zanotti to race him now. He should run off. He can run away from Jarman here. Should keep going. And that's good play by Zanotti. Back it comes to him. That was good to Hamilton. Go again, Zanotti. Have another bounce. Draw the man as he brings it in. That was great play. Exciting stuff to watch. Thumped away to Bain. Bain was held actually before he took that ball.
Yes, it did right there, Pete. And that's the way the umpires played it, has he?
Well, yes. He played in the back in the finish, but he was definitely grabbed before he actually took possession. There's the
McDermott can't believe it behind play. Got his hands on his hips, shaking his head in wonderment.
I thought it was there initially and probably not the second one, but
here he is. He can't believe it, the skipper for the Crows.
Great carry to Chris McDermott, but this is Shane Hamilton. He's been a fair player, Hamilton.
Doesn't look confident in front of goals. Really, this is a soda. He's just got that wind coming over his shoulder. He should start this one right and let it drift in, but he pulls it.
He's hooked it to the pocket. They need someone to take a big grab, but someone has taken a big grab, but it's big Sean Wren. And what a good mark that was.
Yeah, Wren in the last line of defence here for the Crows. It was a good defensive mark. One grab at it, and he'll go safe, of course, around the outer side. There's a kick by Wren. Makes a bit of distance too. Around there she travels, and they fly high off the top of the pack. It comes to the arms of the reliable Campbell. His short pass is not a good one, but a fine zone. He gets around one, and the umpire said it was a high tackle, and he will take the free kick 50 metres out from goal. Left forward pocket. He flirts with the football there, tries to run around one. He does, puts it on his left boot, and it's an easy mark on the chest to Lee. Gives a handball over here to Bickley. Bickley comes across the face to the members' stand site, and they come out here now under no pressure whatsoever, and they just settle down. Lee goes for the kick, or Maynard I should say, right down towards the wing area where Ross comes out. He tries to get away here from the big fella Rendell. He does too, and he still has control of the football, looking for someone to kick to. Hodges is a target. He flies, but no mark, and out they come. They fall on top of the football, and the umpire's going to bounce it. Bit of pace shown by the big fella Ross, but Rendell, the age showed out, didn't it? The age showed out, didn't it?
I don't think Ross was going all that quickly. I think it was more that Rendell looked a bit tired.
I don't think any of them would feature in Barcelona, put it that way.
No. Rendell doing the ruck work against Mickham here now, right in front of the goal area. It's knocked away here. And they travel over towards the fence as Noonan tapped it out, and here comes Hodges. A hook shot for goal, but it's well off target. No score, over on the full. A free kick going here to the Bears.
Scott Hodges has kicked 3, but in this quarter, Zanotti's kept him pretty much in check.
Yes, well, I thought he could have centred that one. There was a couple of spare Crows players, but like all true full forwards, Pete just had a shot for goal around that corner.
Couldn't help yourself, could you? Here's Noonan receiving from Martin Leslie. Well, some pushing and shoving went on in that marking duel. Well played Abernathy as he taps it to the line. So it'll be a throw-in on centre wing.
Well, really the Bears have to do something to win this game, and perhaps they could consider moving Roger Merritt up onto the ball.
Well, here's the Matthew Campbell doing the ruck work against Wren. Champion came in to lend a hand. Tapping it on, I should say, was Shane Hamilton, but puts it over the line. Still on centre wing. Just over 3 minutes of play to three-quarter time. 14-7 plays 9-8. Again, it's Campbell. And Campbell beat Renford. And here's little Bain. Look at him go. Still going. Bumped off it by Bickley, which allowed Hart to come in and hook it back towards the centre of the ground. Running at it was Kennedy. Terrific football. A wobbly kick to half forward, but lucks of fortune because taking the mark is Shackey. Now he's got to move it quickly. Owen's one out. Owen races back with a fly to the ball and marks. Doesn't it make a difference, Kerry, to a full forward if you move the ball quickly?
Yes, one out, Rowan Owen is a very talented player, and that was good body work there after a booming torpedo from Lauren Shackey. Got the ball down quickly, and one out, Owen did it easily.
Owen for goal number 3, and he slams it through.
Rendell off the ground, and Karanui comes back on for his second stint.
And Merritt's been shifted to full back, Ted on to Mark Micken.
And there's the bounce in the centre. Wren gets up, and it was Champion outmanoeuvred him there, and Abernathy comes into his left to Wiedemann to take control of the football. He kicks it a mile down the ground. Lindner's there, but no mark. Out they come the meters. Zanotti was there as well, and goes out to the open spaces, and Lindner's hot in pursuit of the football. Pushed from behind. Play on as a call. Picked up by Zanotti. Gets a handball over to Voss. In turn, he gets it back to Campbell. Campbell wants to give another handball, and he does. He gives it over to his teammate Pofferman running down there now, and he drives on his left boot down towards the boundary line. A diving effort down there by Clark, but it goes over the boundary line.
And there's Richard Champion. Ted, he's injured himself in that ruck duel in the centre of the ground. And I don't mind this move from Robert Walls, getting some mobility up on the ball.
Yeah,
Campbell there for 5 minutes, now Champion.
Yeah, they had to do something. I go along with that. There's a throw-in by the boundary umpire. Comes down here towards Wiedemann again. And McGuinness was on the bottom of the pack with Clark, and it goes out there from Noonan, close to the line again. Gaztev traps it, puts it onto his left boot, and it's been marked by Jarman, who handballs onto Bickley, and Bickley comes right across through the centre of the ground. It's an open territory here. This is going to be a raffle. Coming out to meet the ball hard here now and trying to pick it up as Hamilton. He traps it, goes for the short pass. He's got the kid, Kiranari, but he dropped the mark. Picks it up, gives a handball out to his teammate there in War's fold, goes for the short pass again, up to Owen, who missed it on the half volley, and Wiedemann comes out.
Wiedemann to Bickley. They're doing it well in defence. This is Scott Lee to the centre of the ground. Now the bounce should favour Hamilton and Kennedy here. There's two of them. Kennedy's got it. Oh, breaks the tackle. Almost got himself into trouble. Here's Matthew Campbell. Now David Bain. Now let's see if he uses this one better. Bain in towards half forward. Wren puts himself in a good position. Wiedemann with strength crashes his way through the pack. Strong tackling. Taken away by Tony McGuinness, who's been fairly quiet. McGuinness to the half forward line. Martin Leslie or Mark. Geez, the Rock of Gibraltar down there. Over to Mark Zanotti. He's having a good term. Great kick, Zanotti. Shane Hamilton. They've got just over 20 seconds in which to score a goal here. They've got a loose men everywhere. Danny Noonan should run and bounce, but he elects to kick it in towards half forward, straight to Wren. But he drops the mark. Over the back is Nigel Smart. Gee, that's a wasted opportunity.
He's like a rover down there, Pete.
Yeah, they lack a small man round the packs, but I really thought Noonan could have run another 30 or 40 metres bouncing the ball. Here's Ross, centre wing siren about to go, and there it is to end the third quarter here at Carrara. They're within striking distance, Brisbane. Adelaide 14-7-91 to the Brisbane Bears 10-8-68.
Well, here at Carrara, Adelaide seemingly in control of this game. They lead by 23 points, 14-7-91 to 10-8-68. Well, it's three-quarter time at Subiaco. Let's take a look at some highlights of the third quarter.
He's going to put it long and high to the forward line, into the goal square. McIntosh sets and grabs. Oh, guilty. No more than 20 metres out, almost directly in front. McIntosh kick, he stabs at it and scores the goal.
Hawk. Back to Knights. Knights' kick has to be hooked in towards centre half forward. It's not bad. One out. Oh, excellent mark taken by Bremen. He jumped early again. So Bremen is only about 20 metres out. Slight angle. And he puts it straight through for another goal to the Tigers.
Brian Lees when he was on the back line. Also Bannock and Tony Free has done a good job.
Yeah, don't worry about Scott Turner. He'll give you 100% effort. Here's Matera.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this magnificent kick by Matera. Campbell, down Maxfield for the Tigers. Back to Hogg. High shot by Jeff Hogg. It looks pretty good. Lovely kick by Hogg. Fortunately for the West Coast at the expense of young White. Here's a chance for the Tigers. It looks like a goal. Is it Menegola?
Yes. Well, at three-quarter time, things tightening up a little bit at Subiaco. West Coast 10-11, 71. They lead Richmond 8-9, 57. Down in Melbourne at Waverley Park, St Kilda and Carlton are doing battle. Let's have a look at some highlights from the second quarter.
Well, in this passage of play, we see the short pass that looked like Robert Harvey getting it across to Nathan Burke. This is Burke giving it on to Sean Ralph Smith, the former Hawthorn utility player. Now, we might find Kickett coming into the action here. This is Dale Kickett, of course, who had the stint at Fitzroy. Now Dean Gregg, he gave it over to him. Gregg, from 50 metres, brings it in. I don't think that was touched. That was a goal, all right. Great play by the Saints.
And here comes Tommy Elvin moving in here now for the Carlton side. He about to come in your screen there. He moves in from 4 inside 50, kicks a goal. It's a beauty for Carlton.
Now this little terrier, Nathan Burke, the helmeted Nathan Burke, brings it in towards Russell Morris, who marks at the 50-metre line. Russell Morris, and that deliberation as he brings it in, allows for the breeze and swings it through for a great goal.
Well, midway through the second quarter, St Kilda is 7-9-51 to Carlton 3-4-22. We believe that for St Kilda, Nicky Winmar has had his number taken, which could be vital considering the finals coming up. But on the boundary line, we have a couple of gentlemen that have been finding out all the information, Bill McDonald and John Casey.
Yes, thanks very much. The Crows are actually enjoying a treat at three-quarter time. Some pineapple here from the Gold Coast. We don't get that much down in Adelaide. Let's hope it helps them in the last quarter. Graham Corn said the pressure has to be put on the man with the ball. With the Bears having the wind in this last quarter, they have to shut down their running game and work extremely hard. Run to the space. Of course, Carrara much wider but shorter than Football Park. And he said Adelaide has to use the space open to them and work the ball up the ground. Bill?
Tony said in the Bears camp at three-quarters time, they must lift the intensity all around the ground. They must also start to run the ball a lot more and make the open spaces and create the play. Wants them to lock the ball into the forward line a lot more. They feel it's coming out way too easily there. The tagging of Pays on Bain is causing quite a bit of concern, but they just must create the space and must lift all around the ground.
Well, here's the third quarter stats. Look at even in the kicks and handballs. Yeah. Well, it was a very even quarter all round. Marks, free kicks. You couldn't get any more even. That centre breaks. Yeah. Oh, that's a vital stat, 6-2. As we see umpire Peter Cameron about to bounce the ball, 10-8 to 14-7. Slight chance here of the Bears. I think it would be a surprise if they did get up.
I don't think so, Pete.
Adelaide are looking the better side. There's Bain working particularly hard. Shacky. Oh, good mark to Maynard. Very, very strong overhead, Rodney Maynard. Loves to sneak down and kick a goal as he did earlier in the match. Here it is at half-back for the Bears. Adelaide trying to work it forward. Well played by Voss and kicked this one long. Good play by the youngster. Richard Champion back with the flight of the ball. Owen tried to trap it. Here's Champion again. Can he give off a hand pass? He can. Troy Clark over to Rod Owen. Owen highly skilled. Onto the left foot is hooked it back and puts it through for a behind. What they need, Gerard, probably a couple of quick goals.
Yes, they need more than a couple, Pete. But I noticed that David Bain finished the third quarter on Chris McDermott, and that's where he is at the present time. He goes into the centre bounces, then he's made responsible for Chris, and obviously Wall's hoping that he can run off the slowest skipper of the Crows.
McGuinness taking the ball away now, goes to centre wing on the outer side. Coming out here to meet the ball now is Noonan, gathers it in. His kick is not a very good one. Oh, it's offline, but Gastev is there. He takes control of it, gives a handball back to the umpire's blown the whistle. He said he was over the boundary line and a throw-in to take place.
An interesting situation here because Bain's picking up McDermott, but Pays is still being responsible for Bain. So it's a 2-on-1 situation at the moment.
It's in the air and Big Rendell goes up doing the battle with Ren. Mickham is off the ground. The kick comes out here towards Voss again. He has it. He's tackled beautifully by Tregenza, but it goes back towards the big fellow Rendell. But Jarman gives a handball off to McGuinness. Fed him beautifully with that, and he drives it deep right up towards the full forward position. Out comes Hodges. What his hands to it, dropped it, recovers, picks up and hooks at goal. And the umpire watches closely at this one. It may have got through, and the umpire said there's a free kick down there. Did he not? Yes. There's a free kick down there against the Bears to be taken in the last line by Hamilton.
Well, despite the result, it was a magnificent kick from Scott Hodges around the corner and was definitely worthy of a goal.
Now Hamilton plays on, comes around the member stand side, grabs a couple of bounces and then kicks around here looking for Bain front position, and he has taken a mark on the half back line. Dummies a handball, then gets away and goes for his customary bounce. Left foot kick, it's a Parsons, a good one. Gasthaver's there and Pofferman's there as well. He has the football, is about to give a handball, went down. Umpire's call play on. A chance there now for Shaki. He can't control the football. Voss has got it. His kick is touched in transit, taken by Wiedemann. Play on as a call. Fed a handball out. There goes Pofferman again. Gives a handball over to Noonan. Kicks it anywhere. Raffle this one. It's high in the air. Out they go to meet it. There goes Abernathy and Smart. Smart first on the scene, showing a lot of pace. His kick is a very defensive one and goes over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Well, they missed that one up, the Bears. There's Nigel Smart. They really had control of that ball, and Pelfreman gave a handball when he should have kicked it long. Yeah, they just gave that one too many at times. Still, they're trying very hard. That was Abernathy copying a clip across the years. Potter's wearing McGuinness like a glove out there. He's a great concentration, Potter, Gerard.
Yes, he's very like Tony Shaw in that we're seeing here that despite the fact I thought he may have been a bit slow from McGuinness, his concentration and more importantly his discipline is allowing him to be quite effective on the far speedier McGuinness.
Well, there's Sean Wren on the left foot to lip tack and tapped over the line by Matthew Campbell. Plenty of time. There's the bench, Keranui, the youngster from Bathurst Island, and bad luck to Brisbane to lose Marcus Ashcroft, who's one of their prime movers early in the game with a possible hamstring injury. There's Potter. No, it was Matthew Campbell and also Worsfold. Worsfold eventually kicking it. All players had to wait underneath it. Potter was one, Pelfreman the other, and then Potter a hip and shoulder on his opponent, Tony McGuinness, to put him over the line. So it'll be a throw-in on centre wing.
Do you believe the Bears can get back in this, do you?
Well, they've got the breeze, Ted. There's plenty of time, and there's not that far, not that much between the teams.
Throw in, Rendell doing the ruck work. Pays had a chance, comes out here to the open space, and there he goes again. The little will-o'-the-wisp. Bain had one bounce. He's about 55 out, puts it onto his right boot this time. Out they come to meet it. Owen had a chance. Play on, said the umpire. Taken away here. A kick by Shaki, was it? That player going through, Noonan, and it's well off target, and it goes over for a free kick in defence.
Shaki gave out the handball to Noonan, but he was under pressure and unfortunately had merit in the square, which would have been a good option.
Maynard's kick around towards the outer side, hits the open space. It's a blind turn by Gastev, puts it onto his left boot down towards the forward area. A chance here for Roger Merritt, feeds a handball over to Pelfreman, who fires a goal in the square, and it's been marked down there by Bickley. In the last line there for the Crows. Yeah, they've got to do something more with Roger Merritt. I don't think they're getting enough out of him either, Peter. I think your comment was pretty right before.
I don't think I said anything.
Must have been Gerard, was it?
Here it is at half back anyway, with Abernathy almost taking the mark. But it will be a bounce. They've had the ball on their forward line time and time again, but they're just not capitalising. There's Robert Walls looking on. I said earlier, an astute coach. It just needs another 4 or 5 really top players and they'd be a very good side. Here's Mark Bickley. Yeah, that could be holding the ball, that decision though. Play on. McGuinness. Quick handball over the line, but gee, Potter's done well on him.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Tony McGuinness. There aren't too many more frustrating players than Craig Potter. I know in Sydney nobody wanted to do the one-on-one battles with him on Tuesday nights.
Here it is with Potter, the man we were just talking about. A quick kick to the half-forward line. I said at the start of the quarter, when you grin, Ted, they need a couple of quick goals, but just one or two quick ones and they'll be right back in the game.
They just seem to lack a little bit of system from the centre line down to the full forward position. They just don't have that system there. There's a throw and they get up high in the air and it comes off the top of the pack, and players of both sides going in hard here now. A chance for Pofferman, puts it onto his right boot. This is going to be close, but not close enough, and goes through for 1 point. And neither goals are not the minor scores. They're kicking with the advantage of a breeze. And about to bring the ball back into play here now will be Ben Hart. He decides to come around the member stand side a little here. And looking out there for Wiedemann, who falls to the ground. A chance here now for Clark to go in hard for the Bears. He's got the football, feeds a handball out. Oh, they go in now. Here's a chance for Gastev. He had it, lost it, didn't want it. Oh, Wiedemann went in hard. Did he ever? And he was loaded. And Wiedemann still on the bottom of the pack with the football. The umpire said in possession. And a good decision.
Well, I thought Gastev should have got a free kick for across the head.
Now Shackey with the football here now for the Bears. Will go long down there, but he's got the few opponents down there. The big fellow Wren, as we see, going through very hard. Bain gets it out to Merritt. Merritt handballs over his head, and in they go. Abernathy first on the scene, takes the ball away. 2 bounces. He's got no pressure on him whatsoever there. He's running away from Roger Merritt. Puts it onto his left boot. He hits the centre wing. Out they come to meet the football, and it goes over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Kennedy's done a fair job there, Jared.
Yes, Matthew Kennedy, boy from South.
Oh, how could the umpire miss that? Tell me that. Fair dinkum. Should have been a free kick to him. There's the kick by Rendell. Kick by the Crows as they come off. Throw that.
Definitely.
Let go. That's amazing, isn't it?
A Crow throw.
Oh,
They specialise in those at Football Park.
well, here is Johnny Gastev. I'm glad they've got him up in the action. Oh, terrible kick straight to Tregenza. That is dreadful play. A trip and Mark Tripp.
Well, that to be 50 metres after
Well,
that,
that's what I felt. But here's Andrew Jarman just loping up to the half-forward line.
Second gear now.
Chips it into Maynard. Maynard now, is that down the ground? Up I said, no, Zanotti back with the flight. Good play, Mark Zanotti. And he has his critics, Mark Zanotti, but I'm not one of them because every time I come up to Carrara, he plays a good, solid, negative game. And he can also attack as well.
he's an interesting character. There's no question of that, Peter.
There's Hamilton bringing the ball back into play. Goes to the outer side a little bit there. A chance for a free kick to be paid. It's going to the big fellow in Wren. Against Rendell. And Wren now is some 55, 60 metre. Make it 60 metres out from goal. The big bloke is going to go for the short pass down. Oh, it's not a very good one. Knocked away there by Potter. Out they come to meet the football here now. And they move in very hard. In there is Leslie, and McGuinness is there as well. Gastev gives a handball out to Hamilton. In turn, he handballs on to Rendell. He gives a handball on to Noon. Not a good one, but he's got time to recover and pick up the football. He doesn't. Gives a handball to Champion. Champion handballs back to the big bloke in Rendell. He's in trouble. He handballs over the top, and in they go again. Oh, Bickley comes out. Yes, he did well there. He will be paid the free kick against young Palfreyman.
Well, that's a great example of defence, leaving your player to go and assist or attack the ball further down the ground, and a turnover now for the Crows.
Wiedemann takes a mark and plays on, takes it around the outer side, and here they go. Little Clark chips in for the Bears. He's got Campbell as his target, who takes a mark and handballs onto the running Bain, and Bain goes long right down to the forward pocket. He's got a target down there, young Palfreyman, and he's got a chance of bringing up another goal for the Bears.
Good thinking to take your time, son, and go back and have a deliberate shot instead of blazing away.
Isn't it great to see a rover on the berth? Doesn't matter which side he's from, but Bain came through like the Southern Aurora then. He didn't just blaze away, and that's what I liked. He's picked out a good option, good vision.
So from 30 metres out, he's on a very acute angle in the right forward pocket. He comes in, fires at the big sticks. And this is not going to make the distance. They fly, and the umpire's going to play a mark to Merritt. No, play on as a call. Merritt played on. Not even a score across the face of goal. In they go. Out goes Lee for the Crows. In defence, puts it onto his left boot. And they get out of trouble, the Crows here, where the Bears had a chance. Jarman traps it beautifully on his hands and knees. Gives a handball out. Not an effective one, though. In goes McGuinness. Handballs onto McDermott. McDermott held, not in possession, and will take the free.
Here's the kicker to the half-forward line. Oh, Gastev working hard. Well played, John Gastev. As it looked like the Crows going to race away with that. And he locks it in there, and it'll be a bounce at centre wing. Gee, have had their chances now. Yep. Palfreyman was, 35 metres out, and Zolly didn't make the distance. That is unforgivable, Ted.
Yep.
But they've had plenty of chances. They've dominated this quarter, really, Jared.
Well, they're 22 points in arrears. 1 or 2 quick goals, and all of a sudden they get a lift. The Crows would find they'd be under pressure with the home crowd lifting for the Bears.
Well, they're trying very hard, but Adelaide are just a little bit too accomplished.
I don't think they've got the cattle to kick the goals, the Bears, Peter, do they?
The cattle.
You've got to have them down there.
Heifers or what
I don't know what they are, but they when they are within kicking distance, they can't make it. If you can't do it in league football, you're in trouble.
No, you did right. Centre wing. As there's Mark Bickley trying to come away with the ball, pushed in the back. The free kick to Bickley. He presses me, Bickley. Every time we see Adelaide, he's a good, solid performer. Played their State of Origin team. which defeated Victoria.
Don't mention
over there at Football Park. Well, we might have to change our selectors, of course, as we see Linda bring it in towards full forward. Great lead. Oh, down goes Peter Cameron behind the plate, but he's straight up. Scott Hodges.
No one in goal.
Races in. And will it make the distance? That's a free kick.
It's a goal.
It's a could have been a free kick, couldn't it? It's a goal.
Umpire McKernan now bounces in the centre. In comes Rendell. Favours Ren a little bit. They both had got their hands to it at the same time. And chipping in here is Jarman. Can he pick it up? He traps it, falls to the ground, bounces back like a tennis ball and fires the ball over towards the centre. Big Ren comes out, but first on the scene is Maynard, who drives the ball around towards the wing area. It's an open territory, and there goes Lee now coming up from the defensive area. Kicks it off the ground close to the boundary line. Will they take it over? No, still in play. Taken by Linda. Oh, beautiful pass to Hodges by Linda. Beautiful textbook stuff, Peter, was it not?
Magnificent, that was. A good lead by Hodges too, Gerard.
Yes, well, that's two passes we've seen in 2 minutes. From Lindner to Hodges. He's a magnificent kick of the football, and this is a good lead.
He's only about 20 metres out now, Hodges, coming in on an angle, 45 degree. He fires at the sticks. Oh, I think he's read that beautifully. Brings it around and full points again. And what's that goal number 5 he's kicked, Peter?
Yep.
5 goals to Hodges since the move was made. Modra being taken from the ground early by Coach Graham Corns and putting Hodges back there. I think it was a good move too, and they looked to have more options to kick do when he went there.
Oh, they look far more dangerous in attack Adelaide to the Bears.
It's been a good couple of weeks for Scott Hodges. He kicked 6 goals last week against Richmond. He's bobbed up with 5 now here at Carrara, and it's not easy kicking goals here. He seems to be playing with a lot more confidence. And the Crows do look a better combination if he's firing in front of the big sticks.
Well, he might be starting to really come of age as a AFL footballer. 16-8 to 10-10. The Crows, well, they're a bit too accomplished for Brisbane. Too many good players. Well played, Richard Champion, off the side of the boot. Halferman should mark and does. That's a good mark. Now, let's hope he kicks it further than he did when he had that shot for goal. Now, he chips it in. Owen's got a couple to beat. He staged for the free kick then, taken by Andrew Jarman. Hooks it to the half-back line against Abernathy on Worsfold. No, now Worsfold locks it in, and it will be a bounce.
There's a good example there with Bickley dropping back into the space, blocking up the space for Rod Owen. They've done that consistently well today, the Crows, and Owen hasn't really been able to turn it on. He's a player that likes to lead down the middle of the ground. Whenever he's done that, he's been frustrated by a pack of players.
Thumped away there by Bickley, goes out this time towards Worsfold, and taken away on that occasion by Bain, who kicks wrong right down towards the half-forward line, but it beats them all over the boundary line. The free kick is going to be paid down there to Lee. Out on the full on the outer side, and the Bears not doing enough in the last quarter to get within range of the Adelaide Crows the way they're playing, and the kickers are almost marked by Rennes, thumped away, and the umpire has called for a throw-in. It's on centre wing on the outer side. 16-8, 104 the Crows to the Bears, 10-10-70. Umpire throws the ball back into play. It hits the deck, and there he goes, McDermott. What a player he's been. Gets a handball over to Pays, and Pays kicks it high in the air. It falls, and in they go again to the open spaces, and a chance here now. Oh, they're overrunning the football. Voss has got it now. He's tackled, tried to get rid of it. A handball wasn't effective. On the bottom of the pack is Abernathy, and the umpire has called for a ball up.
Well, it's almost in the centre of the ground. The Crows with this game well in control. 16-8 to 10-10. And, well, they gave Richmond a heck of a hiding at the MCG, so they've hit a bit of form, Adelaide. Ball still halfway between centre wing and half forward. Here's Tregenza, who's played well. Tregenza to the half forward line. Darryl Hart. But the umpire, Peter Cameron, has found a push out there to Gasteb.
They play St Kilda at Football Park next week.
They've got Collingwood, I think, last game at Victoria Park.
So they really could finish on a high if they could topple a couple of sides battling out for the 6.
And they've got Geelong at Football Park too.
Well, there's Noonan finding Merritt now. Owen leads to the pocket. He's got 2 to beat. Oh, good mark. Great use of the body as he just waited on the ball and lunged forward in front of Ben Hart to take a strong mark.
Here's a replay. Roger Merritt getting it down quickly. Good use of the body there from Owen. Stops Ben Hart in his tracks. It's a bit of a lesson there for Hart.
Rod Owen firing for goal number 4. and I think he's drifted this one across. He has. And he has missed. So just under the 9 minutes left in the game, 71 to 104. Good performance by Adelaide. It's difficult coming up to Carrara because the Bears always lift. They're a difficult side to beat.
I think it's been an excellent performance.
First,
give them 4 or 5 goals up here, the Bears.
First and only game they'll ever play here too. From full-back. Bringing the ball back into play here. So taking plenty of time down there is Lee, who drives out to the outer side on this occasion, looking for Big Ren, who thumps it away, and moving in there was Hamilton, but it's now McDermott, gets it out towards McGuinness. McGuinness drives centre wing, out they go. Kennedy leading in the race for the football, he's trapped it. There goes Ross, but it's a long handball by Kennedy, back here towards Noonan, and Noonan has plenty of time. He's got support there from Leslie, drives it down, but Big Ren chips in uncontested and takes an easy mark.
Poor kick.
There's David and Goliath, young Bain tackling him out towards Wiedemann. Wiedemann now has a look around, decides to give a handball to Bickley. Bickley running away there from Owen, drives down to centre of the ground, a diving effort down there by Maynard, and he has been paid the mark. Plenty of options down here. Leeds forthcoming. He goes for the pass down into the half-forward flank. Bickley kept his momentum up, and it's out in the open spaces here. Bickley chased by Hamilton, swings around, drives a pass up here. Oh, but Champion comes in and takes a good mark in defence and goes to the outer side. Looking out there for Noonan, but the boundary line beats them all and the throw-in will take place. Should be going down the middle, huh?
But that's another skill error. Now, Richard Champion broke away and couldn't hit the man who was 25, 30 metres away, Ted. Now, that's what they've done a lot today. Just going to improve those kicking skills particularly to their forwards. There's some pushing and shoving going on.
But with the breeze behind him, you think they'd go long down the middle, wouldn't you?
Yep. And there's Graham Corns. I think
he'll be a
pretty
happy chappy. Yeah, be happy tonight, Cornsy.
Yeah. Well, you love this Adelaide side, don't you? You love these Adelaide people, don't you, Ted?
There's some good people over there in Adelaide. I don't know about Curly.
That was Bain getting across to Hamilton. Back it comes to Hamilton. He's racing through centre wing. Now look again. See that kick? Straight to Nigel Smart when it should have gone to the other side where Merritt was making the play. Here's Chris McDermott. Good honest try, Chris McDermott. Now McGuinness. We often call those two in matches for Adelaide. Here's Scott Lee. To half forward, Voss versus Jarman. Oh, here's Jarman ending up with the ball. Now Hodges versus Zanotti. Oh, Hodges went for it one-handed. Probably could have gone to then too. Mark Zanotti to the half-back line. Troy Clark. Andrew Pays. And Pays taps it over the line.
Yeah, it's over the boundary line. 16 goals, 8-104. The Crows of the Bears, 10-11-71. And could be a move coming back on the fence here from Keranui of the Brisbane Bears. Boundary umpire throws the ball back into play. A pack forms. The umpire said he was in possession here, and there's going to be a free kick going to Darryl Hart. It's against Bain, who was laying over the top of the football, didn't try to get rid of it, and Darryl Hart takes the free kick. He goes long down there, and Merritt's chipped in the front position here. Hodges flew off the tap to Lindner. Lindner can't get rid of the football, but the umpire said it's a free kick against the President Lindner, and a handball comes out here to Zanotti. Leading out here is Voss, but Zanotti has 2 bounces. Play on, said the man in white. That's his third, and he kicks towards the boundary line. And out they come here. Chance for Leslie. Leslie has it, in trouble, tackle, and over the boundary line it goes, and the throw-in will take place.
Abernathy's injured.
Yes, he's hobbling off the ground.
And we have Modra warming up on the bench here now as Abernathy comes off and Modra on.
Well, it's on centre wing. There's Matthew Campbell on the left, but he's one of the... Well, I think he's the only original Brisbane Bear, isn't he, Gerald?
That's asking that, though.
I think he is.
That's right.
Pretty sure he is.
As we see Scott Lee at half-back. And Keranui is on the ground, the youngster. Lee in towards half-forward. This is Modra. Well, he's had a quiet day. He spent most of it on the bench, of course. He was taken off towards the end of the first turn. Well, this will be an uncontested mark for Lindner. Robert Wolves won't like that. Really, no one putting any pressure on there.
A lot of discipline they lack there, Peter. They also lack a lot of on-field leadership, I believe, the Bears. I really mean that.
Well, he's been one of the differences here today, though. When he came on, he's kicked a number of goals.
He's kicked 4, in fact, Bruce Lindner. I don't think he'll make the distance here, although he's a very long kick of a football. He bombs it in towards the square. Oh, big mark, and let's see who it is. It is Ross. Jonathan Ross. Up went the long arms. And although he's been safely held today, that was a top mark.
Yes, look at this big bomb. He'll never die asking the question. Lindner had a shot at goal, but put it up, and a great mark from Jonathan Ross.
Ross, number 39, he's a left footer. As he slams in a goal here from directly in front. Oh, he hooked it slightly. He might have just got this in. He did.
Hello again. On the news tonight, our men's hockey team takes a medal. The QE2 to go into dry dock for repairs after running aground. Passengers were evacuated and divers were sent down to inspect the damage. We'll have details at 6. And in local news, this spectacular smash overnight. A car and trailer through the front window of Yamaha Pitman's on Main North Road. The driver was okay and the boats inside also survived. Shortly, back to the footy.
Nobody knows Adelaide night 7.
Now Mickham is on the ground and Ren has been taken off by Graham Corns, and I think it's a well-earned rest by the big fellow.
Yeah, good player, Ren. He's going to be a top player. He's only a youngster. I think he'll be the best ruckman in the competition within a couple of years.
We'll wait and see, Peter. One of your predictions as umpire McKernan comes in, has a good look around before putting it down, and it's down now. In they come. Mickham underneath, and he brings it down with him. Gets a hurried kick towards the outer side. Out they go to meet it here now, and a chance there for Kennedy, chased by Ross, and Kennedy taps it out, and here comes the little fellow chipping it here now in Kiranui, and he swings around, and he's very clever there, and takes the ball right down towards half forward. But this time it's over the boundary line, and it will be a free kick going down there to the Crows. To take the kick down there, it looks like it will be Lee. It is on the half-back line. As time starts to get away now into the last couple of minutes here, and the big fellow Ross gets up again and takes another good mark for the Bears. He plays on, puts it onto his left boot, looking down there. A chance here now as we move in here now. Liptak had a chance, but it beat them over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Now, John Casey on the boundary line. There's a problem with your colleague at Channel 7, Bruce Abernathy. What can you tell us?
Yes, he might be on workers' compo during the week. He's unfortunately has a cork thigh, his left leg, which is bad news for Bruce. He's just worked his way back into the team. Let's hope it's not too serious.
Will that get him the day off tomorrow?
You might be lucky.
Centre wing is Palfreyman, as it's kicked by Matthew Campbell in towards full forward. Owen pushing and shoving. He and Ben Hart have had a terrific duel. Bickley went without it, and eventually it rolls over the line. Just over 2.5 minutes of play left in this game. There's Rod Owen, as I said. He and Ben Hart, it's been a terrific contest. Look at that, 16 and 10 for Bickley. I think he's been a top player.
Yep.
Very rarely puts in a bad performance, Mark Bickley. Well, that was almost thrown out by Scott Lee. Tony McGuinness wanted to kick a couple of goals early, but generally he's been safely held, Gerard.
Yeah, it's been a good performance by Potter. McGuinness has continued to work, as we know he always does. I'm surprised that Corns hasn't pushed him down to the half-back flank just to let him have a bit of a breather from Potter. Wasn't a good way of breaking the tag.
Peter Cameron about to bounce it. It's just outside 50 for the Bears. There's big Mark Micken. Taps it over the line.
Yep, boundary umpire about to bring it back into play here now. In the last day game to be played here at Carrara, it's in the air. And coming up from behind us, Campbell. He gives it a big thump to the open space. There's a chance here now as swooping in his Merritt gives a handball. The umpire said it was a throw, did he not? And he's going to play a free kick against the Bears, skipper. And will be taken down here by that Adelaide player in defence. Let's have a look and see who it's going to be. Where is that football? They've got it back here. Jarman's got hold of the football now, and since half-time he's been a very valuable player for the Adelaide side. Very clever, quick hands this player. Drives the ball to the outer side wing. Merritt's out there, so was the big fellow Mickham. In goes McGuinness. McGuinness swoops and takes the ball away with his left foot right around towards the half-forward line, and coming out to meet it is Worsfold. Peter Worsfold now for the Bears goes for the short pass. Out they come to meet it. In goes Bain. Took it on the half volley. Handballs back to Worsfold. A handball over the top. Finds his teammate in Gastev. Gastev just gets rid of it in time. Down towards the half-forward line. Mickham comes out and Mickham takes the mark.
Yes, Mark Micken across that half-back line. He's very strong overhead. Getting down towards the minute to go. Now he tips it across. This is Modra. Way down on centre wing. Modra to the half-forward line. And good mark to Merritt. Fairly quiet, Roger Merritt. Has kicked 3 goals though, but only 6 kicks and 3 handballs. Really not enough. Here's Matthew Campbell. Hand pass over the top to Noonan. Back to Campbell. Campbell will kick this one long. He's a beautiful kick. Now again, Owen and Hart. Micking into the hole. Oh, Hart. Great attempt to take the mark. Shane Hamilton. He'll look for the chip pass. And he might find Pelfreyman here who waited for it. And he has taken the mark. Now, he had that shot earlier in the quarter from the same position. Didn't make the distance. So this time he's going to... No, he's got to come back.
This will be the last shot for the game too, Pete.
Yes, just down to 20 seconds. Now, let's see if he kicks this ball a lot harder than he did the other time when he didn't make the distance from 35. Time clock ticking down. This will be the last shot of the game. Nigel Pelfreyman, recruited from Tasmania. There's his kick. A much better looking kick than the earlier one, and on the siren he's kicked a goal. So Nigel Pelfreyman, number 44, kicks his first of the game, but a very, very impressive performance by Adelaide, really, because they had good players all over the ground. Bickley was great across the half-back line. Hodges ended up with 5 goals. Bruce Linder made a big difference, Jared, when he came on with his 4. And Jarman, There's Chris McDermott, always with the big grin on the face, but Andrew Pay's with him, and there's a fearsome sight. Yeah, I keep saying that all the time.
That one, isn't it?
He's a beauty, isn't he? And he kicked beautifully off the half-back flank with those long, raking left-foot kicks. Wayne Wiedemann, that is, we're talking about. Good performance, Jared, wasn't it?
Yeah, terrific performance by the Crows. I thought Tregenza did well on the wing also. And I'm sure Corns will be pretty happy. It's always a big task coming up to Carrara. There's been better sides than the Crows gone down here in recent years. As Ted said, this is the last day game for Brisbane at Carrara, which doesn't sound too good, and that's one of the complaints that the local people have here. As we see on screen there, Wayne Wiedemann just shaking hands with Lawrence Shackey, who did die out of that game in the last half of the game, Pete.
Yes, he certainly did, and that's his problem. He plays well in patches, Lawrence Shackey, and he's still got a fair way to go. I know you give him raps all the time, but I still think he's got a long way to go to be a regular forward in senior football.
Yeah, I go along with that, but he certainly does have the potential. I think the Bears have got a very long way to go, and I've got a lot of admiration for Chris McDermott as a leader for the Crows, the way he plays, and I don't think they're all that far away from being a contender in the early future.
Well, Bill McDonald's on the boundary line, and by the look of him, he's got Mark Bickley in his sights.
Well, Mark, I suppose a slow start for the Crows, but they came away well in the end.
Yeah, it's always good to get a win when you come up here. It's a tough game. They play pretty well up here, and we'll be happy to go away with a win.
We've got Mark Micken, a former Bears captain, playing the side. His information during the week helpful?
Yeah, he's a senior player, and he helped us out a lot because he knew a few of the blokes pretty well. So, we're happy to have that information available.
Finals campaign looks like it might be gone for the Crows, but you'd like to reshape some of that top 6?
Oh yeah, while every game we go out to play, we're full on to win it, and if we happen to shape the finals, we'll so be it. But we're out to win every game, so the rest of the year we've still got 3 big games left, and we want to win each one of them.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yes, with the Crows now with 9 wins and 10 losses, doing quite well. But it was a good victory here too, Adelaide. The final scores 17-8, 110. Easily accounted for Brisbane, 11-11, 77.